Singing ooh la, yeah, yeah, ooh la la. I can't wait. I haven't done that for 3 weeks in a row. Game time. Oh, I know the Jaguars. You know what though? With the let's get into this. You know what? Here's the thing. The Predator has arrived in Santa Clara. I can't wait to see what this looks like. Bam! It would be hard to imagine any player in the NFL disappointed to find out that he's going to the San Francisco 49ers to be a part of the machine, to be one of the main parts of the machine. Chase Young is delighted. I was so glad to see that. But the dude is happy to be with us. We'll talk about that tonight, fam. And some of the glaring deficiencies that are getting in the way of the Niners' forward momentum and winning are, they're easy enough to see, but are they fixable? You have to ask it. Don't ask Big Show, but we need to talk about it in a way that's not so incriminating and just give up-ish and things like give up-ish. So I may have just invented a new word for you, Show. Give up-ish. To the phones, we're going to go for your take on the good time Niners Bosa Young connection. Also, the San Francisco problems are no mystery to anybody right now. As you can tell from the way the opponents have been playing us recently, can it be fixed? Think about that before you come to the phone. Can it be fixed? Fam, here's the thing. Chase Young heard the speculation before he left Washington, that is, he was aware of the fact that he might be traded from the Commanders. It's part of the business. Most players now, once they get to the NFL, they have the maturity. They realize you can be moved anytime. I don't care who you are, what you're doing. But what was his reaction when the accident happened? Quote, and said Young with a chuckle, I wasn't mad. Unquote. Chase left beautiful downtown Washington and was in the Bay Area on Wednesday. Passed physical to make the trade official and immediately went to get measured for a nice red and gold San Francisco uniform. Booyah! C. Young appears to be completely healthy, nearly 2 years removed from that torn ACL. That has a lot of people concerned. That interrupted the early part of his NFL career. After being named as the league's defensive rookie of the year, you got 2 of those. Vegas. Oh, wait. Nick got defensive player of the year. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. I got a defensive player of the year. I got the defensive rookie of the year. We good. We're good. Young has tallied 5 sacks in 7 games this season with the Commanders. There's nothing wrong with his leg. After registering just 1.5 sacks in 12 games over the previous 2 seasons. That's a big jump. He came back excited, ready to play. If he gets juiced like that and it makes him go nuts, what is he going to do now that he's coming in Sunday? We're going to Jacksonville. Man, Nick and Chase have communicated regularly since both were dealt with that, had to deal with that terrible injury. I remember hearing about that conversation too because I remember Nick talked about that and he consoled him. And Nick came on back in 2021 to record 15.5 sacks. Last season, Bosa led the league with 18.5 and was named the NFL Defensive Player of the Year. As a matter of fact, speaking of defensive players, where's that podcast? Okay, never mind. We'll get into that later. Of that individual from Dallas. I kept an eye on it. I said he may not be in today. GM John Lynch made the deal for Young to give the 49ers a boost toward the franchise's goal of winning the Super Bowl. Duh. Yes. We're beyond time. I'm sick of rooting his ridiculous buddies over in Ramsville. Hey, yes, I haven't done a damn thing in 29 years. We've beat your ass most of that time, Rudy. C. Young said he immediately sensed the improvement in the standings coming from the dysfunction of the Commanders' organization to the Niners. Ms. Young's baby boy took part his first practice with the Niners on today and then met with the local media for the first time, saying things like, quote, just the culture, the vibe is a lot different. I definitely know I'm in the building with winners. Unquote. Obviously, he's not in SoFi. I know I can't help it. I got to help it because they really get on my nerves. C. Young said he considers Bosa a big brother. They overlapped for 2 seasons at Ohio State. In 2017, Bosa registered 16 sacks, while Young put up 3.5 sacks as a sophomore. Nick says, listen, kid, wait your turn and stay out of my way. the first year together, the next season, Young's game took a huge leap, 10.5 sacks, but Bosa's season was over just after 3 games. Bosa was the number 2 overall pick in the 2019 draft. As you know, coming to us, C. Young said it was approximately 5 minutes. 5 minutes. And, oh, by the way, Young, his resume included 16.5 sacks that next season. Became Washington's number 2 overall pick in 2020. So we got 2 number 2 overall picks on the defensive end. C. Young said it was approximately 5 minutes after he'd been confirmed of the trade that got a call from Nikki B, who was delighted, who began his conversation with, bro. He goes on to say it was a good moment. Even in college, we never thought we'd ever be able to play with each other again. It's a blessing, unquote. Young and Bosa figured, fam, to be on the field a lot together, lining up on the opposite sides of the Niners' defensive line for the final half of the 2023 season. Chase went on to say, quote, I think it's good to be just like in college, a race of the quarterback. It's going to be real fun. That's all I know. They're tearing up meat, snatching it in both hands. Why do we appreciate such violence? It's sick. Nick Bosa and Chase Young are the same at this level, on the same field. After raising to a 5-0 lead, though, the 49ers lost 3 games in a row and currently sit at 5-3, 2 games behind the NFC leading Eagles. Now, this is the problem I was going to address. So this is the bad part. I gave you the good news first, but until the Seattle Seahawks lost on Sunday, the Niners had fallen out of first place. But the Hawks, they're almost as bad as the Cowboys. Just wait, be patient. The Hawks lost currently has put the Niners back on top. The NFC West, that's only temporary. We cannot go and lose next weekend and have the Hawks win. But fam, how do you break a 3-game skid, especially when you're looking to do so on the road as much as we are in an early game on the East Coast coming up, facing a team like the Jaguars, who are nobody's walk in the park. Although they do have an Achilles heel. I watched the Jags. You know, their offensive line, Trevor's getting rid of that ball in a heartbeat. You know, I think he's number 2 as far as getting rid of that ball, 2.4. See, that's what good quarterbacks do. When you don't have a good offensive line, you don't be standing back there holding the ball. No. You find your target and go for it. What we need to do is start with tightening up the run, though, fam. Being able to stop the run is the heartbeat of any defense. When you're able to make your opponent one-dimensional, that's what your goal is anyway, right? And your pass rush can pin their ears back. It just changes the game. It makes it easier for the quarterback to just get torn apart. Niners have been really effective in stopping the run in recent years, as we all know, and they started 2023 off the same way, which has us all shocked 5 weeks later. You know, Niners, what's up? In the game against the Browns, the 49ers defense, for reasons unknown, struggled to stop the run. Could they have been tired? I'm figuring, and who the hell is Jerome Ford? Ford averaged 4.9 yards per carry, while Kareem Hunt had 3.9 yards per carry, and scored a touchdown. Why? In total, the Browns rushed for 160 yards and 4.7 yards per carry. That's not normal. That's not usual. And many of the Vikings didn't really run all of the Niners. They only gained 74 total yards. That was it. But who again? Another one. Who's Alexander Madison? Dude had a field day. Madison also had 4.9 yards per carry. Strange, the Vikings only rushed him 8 times. But that's what they do, because we're paying them too much money. They got to throw the ball. And they did. And Cousins hit everybody out there they could possibly hit. He started throwing the ball to the people in the stands, started catching the ball and running in the end zone. It was ridiculous. Against the Bengals, the Niners couldn't stop the run or pass. Joe Mixon hadn't did nothing before he came to Santa Clara. Dude racked up 87 yards. We got him started. This game we just played Sunday, 105 yards. So we're not playing chumps. We're not losing to bad teams. The Browns and the Bengals are both going to the playoffs, currently, as the standings are. And only 16 carries, 5.4 yards per carry was all Mixon did. Joe Burrow added 43 of his own, running on us, fam. Picking up an average of 7.2 yards every time he took off. The Bengals finished with 134 yards on the ground. That was the worst ass whooping they got from the run game. When you compare these losses with the 5 wins, you can see that the run defense has not been as good as usual. And granted, there was no Saquon Barkley that game against the Giants, but the Niners defense, they only gave up 29 yards against the Giants. We were all over the Giants. Fam, there's a fatigue factor going on here, isn't there? I really think so. The Jags are in trouble. The Steelers only rushed for 41 yards. The Dallas Cowboys only rushed for 57 yards on the ground. We still had that same coach we're all complaining about, right? No run defense is flawless, though. All defenses will have an occasional bad game. You can't have 3 of them, though. But the Niners' run defense must bounce back and return to form in order for the 49ers to have a great second half of the season. They just have to. You saw Randy Gregory in that conference today. He just said, yeah, we needed this bye. How did Randy put it? I'm getting old, but the thing is, we needed this. Randy, is that what's going on in that locker? You just got here. Next, get home with the pass rush. According to PFF, the 49ers led the NFL with 156 combined quarterback pressures. That's what they were saying we were the best defense in the league. Remember that? Pro Football Reference has the 49ers defense with only 88. Who are you going to believe? Shut up, Pro Football Reference, and get some software updates. That's not accurate. Either way, quarterback pressures haven't really been the issue for the 49ers in 2023. They just haven't been getting home and sacking the quarterback like we all measure as being a good defense or a bad defense as far as the pass rush goes, which we're used to seeing. So far, the 49ers have sacked opposing quarterbacks only 18 times this year. We're in week 10. And when your pass rush isn't getting home, it forces the secondary to stay with the receivers longer. And so far, that's been the recipe for Niners disaster. But the good news, Young will bring 38 pressures and 5 sacks to the Bay along with him. He packed them up. They're in the suitcase. He's ready to let them out. With Young on the outside to provide much-needed help for Bosa, on the other side, their acquisition could prove to be just what the Niners' D needs, a little kick in the butt. If I'm anywhere on that field with Nick Bosa and Chase Young, I'm not about to make people say, if it wasn't for his sorry ass, they'd be, no. That's why I know. And Javon Kinlaw, who we got a report yesterday from Steven said he's out there half-stepping. Watch Javon get it on this weekend. It's not that both Eric Armstead and Javon have been really all that bad. They've just been performing below what is expected of them. According to Pro Football Reference, Bosa had 24 pressures, 3 sacks. Armstead had 11 pressures and 2.5 sacks, while Hargrave has only had 7 pressures and 3 sacks. That will not do, Javon. That will not do. Especially with what you just got paid. Come on, man. Come on. Hargrave's numbers aren't even as good as Drake Jackson's numbers. Can you imagine that? Of course, Jackson plays on the outside, isn't double-teamed, and gathered most of his numbers in week 1. Okay, that may be the reason why. But still, he's a second-year player, Javon. I'm getting mad at Javon. I didn't expect to get mad at Javon this early in the year. Randy Gregory has 5 pressures and 1 sack, but he's a rotational piece. And part of what probably become the NASCAR package, that is quickness right there. I don't know about this dude, Beal. He's back in practice now. Okay, we'll see. With the addition of Young, Gregory has a chance to continue adding the pass rush, though, when he's inserted. And he'll be put on those chosen times when it looks like the quarterback's having a little trouble. You add Gregory's speed, and Nick, there's my NASCAR package in Armstead. Bosa. Oh, my goodness. You got Chase. Anyway. He should be fresh. Cleveland Farrell has 8 pressures, but only half a sack, but he's not really being counted on to get to the quarterback anyway. 49ers pass rush must get home. Pressures are important. They're underrated. Pressures are underrated. We talk about them all the time. He ain't got no sacks. No, pressures are necessary. Revive the offensive run game as well, fam. Offensively, the 49ers 5 wins. They rushed for 124 yards on better in each game. And what happened? 3 losses, they struggled to move the ball on the ground. Granted, Deebo Samuel missed almost all of 3 games, and Trent Williams missed the last 2. That's the reason right there. But we built this depth in order to be able to deal with that and survive that. Not go all the way dead. I played the Cleveland game with a badly sprained ankle. Was Trent Williams. Christian McCaffrey missed most of the Browns game as well. He was hurt with a oblique injury. Did it start at that time? And the Bengals gained the 49ers rushed for 113 yards, but 57 of those were from Brock Purdy. That will not do. McCaffrey gained 54 yards. He had a respectable 4.5 yards per carry, but only had 12 rushes. Against the Vikings, McCaffrey only gained 3 yards per carry. That is not McCaffrey-like. The 49ers offense is also built around the run game. Normally, they're pretty balanced, but the run game is the bread and butter of the offense. You and I both know that. And Shanahan seems to prefer to lean more in the direction of being more run-heavy if things aren't balanced out right. In all 5 wins, the 49ers ran the ball more than they threw the ball. That started to change in the Browns game, even though they were still fairly balanced. And the 49ers threw the ball 27 attempts more than they ran the ball, 25 rushes for the first time in the season. And against Minnie and Cincinnati, the 49ers attempted 8 more passes each game than they had rushing attempts. See, the imbalance is starting to take place. We're falling apart. It's not a huge disparity, but when you have a team that is built more for running the ball, as we are, it could be the difference between winning and losing, especially when you're young quarterbacks. Man, I'm telling you, fam, people can give. I'm not going to join in on that pile all over Purdy. It's just not going to happen with me. So it's falling on deaf ears. He turned the ball over 5 times in the fourth quarter of those games. Again, the 49ers were missing Debo and T. Will. That could have been why they passed more than they should have ran. And they lacked success in the run game, of course, would have been another reason. When things fall all apart, it tends to happen in that way. And they fell apart all of a sudden, all of it. Still, we need to see the 49ers run the game more to return to for the team to start a new win streak and look like what they used to look like, and out there dominating and killing the clock. See, when you're throwing the ball out there and it's not successful, sit down, bring that defense back out here, and let's continue to wear them out. That's another factor. Finally, fam, eliminate the brutal mistakes. Got to stop with the mistakes. 3-game losing streak, the Niners have made more uncharacteristic mistakes than they had in previous 5 games combined. Purdy has thrown 5 INTs this season, but all 5 have been in the last 3 games. Is that a coincidence? That's why we lost those games? With 4 of them coming in the fourth quarter of the last 2 losses? He's the only one making mistakes out there, though, see. Yeah, Mrs. McCaffrey's baby boy. Got to call you out, bro. You're a magnificent ball player. But fumbling in Minnesota when the Niners were inside the Vikings 15-yard line, hurt bad. Brandon Ayuk and George Kittle, come on, y'all. Come on. What is with dropping the ball? Let's go, guys. They committed 12 penalties for 105 yards in Cleveland and have missed way too many tackles on defense. We complained about that each and every game. You can't win games being that kind of sloppy and still expect to compete. What's crazy, though, fam, is as bad as Niners have played during those losing streaks, they've had a chance to win each game. This is why I'm not mad at them, because I think they're aware of how bad they've been looking, and it's not going to take a lot to clean that up. And I'm sure after this rest, they're going to talk to themselves about what they just did. But they could. The 49ers have every reason to be 8-0 right now. They just fell down. Hey, Robert, you see how big and fast Chase Young looked today? The Jaguars are going to find out about that speed, too. Oh, Evan, come on in.
Ronbo.
Evan. Well, Elvin, spotlight him. The issues. And how you feeling? Chase Young's delighted to be with us. I mean, what are you thinking about that, man? I mean, there was no crying about, I can't believe they traded me, man. What, they don't appreciate me or what? There wasn't none of that. He was delighted to leave. Go ahead, fam.
He was probably happy to get out of that. He was probably happy to get out of that dumpster fire over there. I think Rivera is kind of coaching to get himself fired, but they find ways to win.
I think Brandon ends up being a coach in another few weeks if they keep losing, unless he's part of the rebuild.
Yeah, but man, I'm watching Nick's brother and Khalil Mack, terrorizing the Jets tonight, and keep thinking if Nick and Chase could do the same thing, that'd be pretty awesome.
Yes, indeed. Even though it was Wilson, but still.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure you might fact check this, but I think Chase Young was the last defensive Heisman finalist in the last few recent years.
I do remember something along that narrative, vaguely.
Yeah, I think it was him, Fields, Burrow, and Jalen Hurts that year.
Hurts won.
So,
yeah.
Burrow
No, Hurts
won.
didn't win. Who won that year?
It was Burrow. It was
Burrow, that's it, right. Yeah. There's a big to-do about that. Yeah, Burrow won.
Yeah,
First-round draft pick.
He was elite in college. I know that that knee injury set him back, but hopefully he'll come back to full strength with us. I mean, he's been looking good this year. I went back and watched some of his film, and
aggressive.
Crazy. I think John Lynch mainly brought him in because he watched the tape against Jalen Hurts. He was terrorizing him, So,
if you're going to take somebody down that's difficult to bring down, Hurts would be a good measuring stick. Hurts is a big, strong dude,
right, yeah.
And I saw the tape you're talking about. Chase took him down like he was a child.
Yeah. So,
lay down.
I mean, if our D line we can wake up a little bit and get things rolling. Be excited to see how they play as a unit.
Mm-hmm.
Looking forward to that on Sunday. Yeah.
Javon, you got to come to the party. Just Nick, Javon, and Chase alone should be pure hell on any team. And I need Javon to do his part, though.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind if they experimented maybe putting Gregory on the inside and maybe see what that looks like, just for the pure fact that he's, twitchy and has a lot of speed, I think that matchup with a guard would be kind of hard for the guard to contain all three of them. Mm-hmm.
I'll bet they do.
Or even put five guys, in the box and see what that looks like.
Ooh, that's
stick Gregory in there and
Javon and Eric.
Yeah, I mean that'd be pretty sweet.
Yeah, it would.
Maybe instead of a blitz, do something like that. Yeah, because that would be just as good in my eyes.
They got audible. At that point, they'd run because otherwise, that quarterback is dead meat. Well, the coverage is also something too. Well, you know what? They may not be. Those guys may not be able to get a route out. That's a great idea, Evan. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, instead of getting cooked on a blitz, maybe put five guys in there, and that's just as good. With Chase and Nick, they have good speed.
Yeah, as does Nick Gregory.
And Gregory.
Too. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Eric's not slow.
That might be a nice little wrinkle,
Yeah. I bet they thought about it.
Detroit versus everybody.
Go ahead, Evan.
Yeah, but anyways, yeah. So it might be kind of interesting to see what they do. Hopefully, Wilkes doesn't go Shanahan and just play vanilla, vanilla assignments and all that on the defense.
Detroit eats all the booty.
You know what though? One thing he cannot do is he cannot go vanilla right now. People are watching him. He's under the spotlight. Coach Wilkes has got to be sweating bullets. He's going to say, like I just said earlier, we were good the first 5 weeks, and we weren't saying anything bad about Wilkes. We were actually applauding his efforts. We just turned to poo-poo in his last 3 games. Evan, could it be partly due to fatigue? Those East Coast, West Coast swings?
I don't think so, Ron, but I think, I went back and watched all 5 of those wins, and besides the Cowboys game, we were giving up a lot of yards.
Yeah.
It was just our offense was rolling.
Yeah.
The Cowboys game was the one game where we looked dominant.
Completely.
And I'll tell you what, I'll give him credit because in the Cleveland game, we played okay. We had a few
hiccups.
A few mess ups, but we weren't bad in the Cleveland game. Yeah.
In fact, so I hate to say it, but it's that child from Michigan, Jake. We still could have won that game, Jake. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, but I mean, I think we have overreacted a little bit. Going back and looking at it, it's not that bad, but definitely our worst game was the last game we put on tape. So.
Mm-hmm. True.
And then,
Burrow
you
just
know,
beat us
the
today.
Minnesota game, you know, once he called that blitz, it changed the momentum of the game completely, you know. So that's when we started getting the bad taste in our mouth about him.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's going to get fixed. I got a feeling the 49ers know what they need to do.
Yeah.
I don't think we don't have a bunch of guys with loser mentality on this team. I'm pretty sure they want to get back to business and make some corrections. We
Yeah.
play our best football since Shanahan has been here after the break. Let's see if that trend continues.
That's true, Ronbo, but in the last couple of years, that only gets us good enough to get a bad draft pick.
No. What? Yeah. That is the other side of that. Well, let's see what happens. And we're gonna go.
I mean, we got to close the deal here sooner or later, you know.
I tell you, sooner would be best too. And I'll see you Friday.
All right, Ronbo.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, sounds good.
Have a great night.
Shout out to you, production,
Thanks,
Ellis,
man.
Tony down under,
Yeah.
Atlanta Tony, and all you guys have a good night.
You too. Appreciate you getting it, Evan. Night. Aaron.
No.
Ronbo,
Aaron.
what it do?
And I'm sitting here. I'm just rejoicing with the fact that I'm just delighted. I figured he was, but Chase Young is delighted to be with us. Nick Young spent the entire off week with him and showing him all the ropes, making him feel welcome. I'm sure that if he stopped in at any eatery in the area, that they say, "Aren't you Chase Young? It's on the house, man. Sit down." Is that Nick? Oh, Jesus Christ. Guys, sit down. I'm sure they got the king's treatment for the whole time. But he's happy to be here. And also, we got some things we need to fix as far as some of the mistakes we made. Small mistakes that can be fixed, do you think? Well, Aaron, what's on your mind?
Well, it seems like Chase Young is happy because, like, when he first, came to the Niners, traded from Washington, like the vibes in the locker room is just different from, from his team.
As he called it, dysfunction.
And he said in the vibe. Well, he said the vibe in the locker room just hits different. Like they're all about winning, And I guess when he was in Washington, like I guess they didn't really like him or something like that. So.
Well, he probably was referring to the fact that Washington, they may have not had the same confidence and faith in themselves as the 49ers do. The Niners know they can beat anybody in the league as long as they do everything as they're supposed to do. It's not about the other team beating the 49ers. It's about the 49ers applying themselves and getting the job done. And they know they can. So when you walk around with that kind of air of confidence, you tend to glow in a way where a guy like Chase Young walks in and says, "Now this is the place to be,"
Yeah, and he knows the talent on this defense could be good if Steve Wilks get it right. Well, if Steve Wilks use him correctly.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and speaking of defense, I want to see Steve Wilks use four D linemen, make the D line rush 4 men and let the secondary, the 7 players in the secondary, back up and play coverage.
And we can afford to do that now. You're right. Chase Young makes a whole lot of things a lot easier.
Yeah, because now you can't really chip Nick Bosa anymore. So who you going to chip? You going to chip Chase Young?
You could get hurt trying to do that. That dude is big. You saw him standing next to Nick, right?
I know. I think Chase Young is like 6'5", something like that.
All I know is Chase Young is approaching 300 pounds, and does he look fat to you? I didn't know he was quite that big.
No.
I knew he was big, but I didn't know how big he was until I saw him on the field today. So, whoa.
Yeah,
Whoa.
man.
Damn, he's
Man,
huge.
Chase Young looks. He's not skinny, but he's not fat, but he's so muscular.
And can move fast. Oh, that's gonna be a menacing thing. Gene D, we can't wait to see you up in the Emerald City. We're bringing Chase. Oh my
But
God. What an
yeah,
advantage.
and today I heard that Debo returned to practice today,
Yep.
so
Yeah, Trent's
that's
still
good
out.
news.
But that's okay.
Yeah,
Let Trent
hopefully
rest.
he'll practice Wednesday.
Yeah. I don't know how the severity of that ankle sprain. I still don't know. They've never talked about it. They haven't mentioned it being a high ankle sprain. I've had 100 regular ankle sprains. I was good to go after a week. It's still, you could feel a soreness, but you could still function on it. So I don't know what's going on with that.
Yeah.
It's probably sprained it too many times.
But yeah, yeah. Hopefully the defense, the defense should be, dominating. Since they added Chase Young, and now Bosa should be fired up since his,
His bro is with him.
yeah.
Yeah. Javaris should be healed up. I really think there was some injury going on with him. Because Javaris, he never had as much trouble last year. I think he was actually working through an injury. So hopefully that's healed up so he can be back to being Javaris. We got also you got
Yeah,
Samuel
and I heard
Womack.
yeah, he came back from the injury reserve, so
Yeah.
maybe they should put Womack in the slot. Maybe.
Womack can play on the outside. You can kick him outside. Womack is just vicious. His tenacity, don't let his size fool you. He's got a wingspan, and he's just like like a badger. I mean, he just stays on a receiver. I love it. So, if I'm going to kick anybody inside, it'd be Demo, and let Womack play outside.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of makes sense because I think Demo is very versatile, so he can play the slot and
Smaller,
maybe put
quicker
yeah.
than Isaiah. I don't know about being quicker than Womack, but he's quicker than Isaiah Oliver, who, I mean, teams are just lining up their best receiver in the slot. Why? Because Oliver's in there.
Yep.
That's
And yeah, I mean, to me, Oliver is kind of slow.
Well, it's just that he's long and rangy. He's a big guy. I still want to use him in certain situations, but not when the quick, shifty receiver's in the slot. They'll kill him.
Or maybe they could use Oliver as a linebacker.
Or box safety, if he can learn that position. Yeah. We got two guys that do a good job of the box, though. I don't know where he's going to go. I really don't. He's made some plays for us this year, though. Okay, let him keep working with Coach. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
But then we got to go. I'm gonna look for you Friday as we get ready to look and see what's going to happen in Jacksonville. All right, fam. Appreciate you, Aaron.
All right, fam.
All right. Night, Aaron.
Good night.
Let's hustle over here to the head of the Dragon Clan. He is what? What? I had to pull it on you this time before you pulled it on me. You always make me laugh.
Oh my God.
I believe.
Oh
it's
man.
Papa.
Ronbo, this team
Yes.
is too talented to lose 3 games in a row.
Oh God, yes.
Period. You can't call yourself a Super Bowl contender and lose 3 games in a row, Ronbo.
That's what Joy said over on Speed.
All right.
Hurt my feelings so bad because she talks about us.
I'm just It's real. I didn't check her. I can't look at her. I can't look at her in the eyes too long.
You know, she
Um,
she can. I mean, she looks great, but she could really say things that just Joy. What are you talking about? Stop it. You know?
I know, right? That's why she's single right now. We're telling her man. We're telling her man the truth.
And what dude wants to know
If I want to hear the truth. Dude.
God.
You know, just overall, you know, from a talent perspective, you know, I don't worry about the team, but I do worry about the overall attitude of the team. You know, having a winning attitude, and you know, I greatly worry about the leadership of this team, starting at with Kyle Shanahan, as I always have been, you know, because I've always wanted Kyle just to get better. And so, yeah, this definitely was a situation where, you know, I think the head coach failed this team overall. In the Cabo clique, you know, a couple of them are out. You know, so ultimately, moving forward, it's not about going on a winning streak. It's not about getting to the playoffs. Right now, it's about beating Jacksonville. Because if we don't beat Jacksonville, Ronbo,
we're in serious trouble.
That'll be 4 losses in a row.
Ooh, that could be tough to rebound from. Yes, indeed.
4. And you already see what's happening, you know, on social media and around the league. You know, I mean, you know, remember just a month ago, people were like, "Oh, the Niners could go undefeated. And Purdy should be MVP." And you know what? I'm not happy that this happened. I'm actually kind of ticked off that this happened. Because the worst thing you can do as a professional athlete is read your own press.
Yes.
Don't do that. Keep your head down. You keep working. And number 2, I mean, the coach has got to put players in better positions to succeed. It is irresponsible to pay a tight end that much money, and he's only got like 3 catches in the last 3 games, or 5 catches, or whatever it is. Something ridiculous.
And use him as a mule.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, Ronbo. It is absolutely ridiculous. You know, and I hear reports, the Niners are unlikely to sign IU. He's going to make north of $20 million a year. Well, yeah, he should make north of $20 million compared to Debo. You know, Debo. You know what I'm saying? He should, but he ain't going to make it here. I digress. This is what it's going to take for the 49ers to get back on track. Fundamentals. They need to tackle. You can't miss 30 tackles in NFL. For God's sake, you cannot do that. Right? You can't miss tackles. Like, let's cut those tackles in half. You know, maybe you win one of the out of the 3 games, right?
Sure.
And if you kick and make a field goal, now you've won 2 out of 3.
Yep.
Now, they should have got their asses whooped by Cincinnati, because I'm telling you right now, Cincinnati's for real. I think the 2 best teams in the NFL right now, in my opinion, right now, is Cincinnati and the Ravens.
Yeah, I was
Cincinnati and the Ravens are the 2 best teams playing right now at this second.
Yes, indeed.
I think they can go whoop anybody.
Oh, I don't want nothing to do with Lamar Jackson.
That's where we got to get to. Now, good move getting Chase Young, because it didn't cost us nothing. If he walks, we get the pick back. No big deal with Chase Young. Where it is a big deal is that other teams have to fear that. And that's what I'm talking about, fear. Fear is a powerful motivator, Ronbo. Powerful motivator. Like, Purdy don't scare you. McCaffrey does. So what teams are doing are, you know what, we're going to take McCaffrey away. But they also fear Debo. Those are the 2 players on our team that they fear on offense, right?
Yep.
Yeah, right?
George Kittle should
so
be
those
a part
players
of that,
have to
but
be involved.
They don't use him enough. Yes, I agree.
He should be. Split him out wide. Put him in the slot. Put him in the backfield. Don't you got like a series of plays that just say Kittle on it? What is wrong with this stupid smart man, Ronbo?
I love that definition because he doesn't run 2 tight end sets like he used to in Atlanta. And if he didn't, George Kittle could actually be an option with the defense can't figure out what he's going to do. No. George, you're out there to block, and I want you to block hard. I get the ball? No.
What the hell is he thinking about? I don't get it.
He can't be covered.
And then number 2, he run the ball 18 times a game during this losing streak. That cannot happen. We have to run the ball. I don't hear no excuses. Oh, well, we penalty and this, that. No. Run it anyway. Just run the ball. Get your biggest hogs out there and just smash into them. Run. Fourth quarter, it'll open up.
Yeah.
So, they got to get back to running the football. They got to control the clock.
Right.
Okay? We got to play sound defense, Ronbo.
Please.
Okay? And if they can do that, and you got 7 All-Pros on the damn team, Ronbo, you should be winning games.
And Jacksonville has no business
by himself
being able to deal with that. I agree. I mean,
and this is what I'm scared of. I am scared of Kyle Shanahan falling out of love with Brock Purdy. That's what I'm afraid of.
Not yet. He has no choice. Boy,
I don't know. I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm just saying in general. That's what I'm afraid of. If Brock Purdy goes out there and throws a couple more interceptions and fumbles again,
he's gonna make him mad. I know.
Ronbo,
always such a pleasure. Miss you for the last 2 times. You know I'll be counting. Wait, be back Friday
Ronbo.
though. I know. He ain't gonna do it. He has no choice. He's already endorsed them too heavily.
Man.
He's in the 4th quarter.
Dude, he just got the contract extension. Oh, Shanahan about to act a fool, dog.
Let's wait.
I'm telling you. Ronbo.
I know you're not right. I'm taking a record of it.
Kirk Cousins in a boot next year, Ronbo. Kirk Cousins
I'll take quarterbacking it from a wheelchair. Bob, I'll see you Friday.
All right, Ronbo.
Have a great night. Give my best to Mrs. Dragon and Bam and Boom.
Right. Oh, yeah. All right.
Can you imagine? Pop could be onto something. Can you imagine him getting mad and say, "Well, I'm going to take a look this week at." I don't. That's well. Let's not. I'm not going to even say it and talk it into existence. Shabazz. We have a new comic, Oliver Pass. Man, you're really killing me, man. Some of the things I almost broke out laughing. That's pretty funny stuff. Why they send Wilson back to school? Hey, Shabazz. That was good. Shabazz? I wonder if Shabazz is on duty now. Shabazz is a big bad bouncer. He might be taking a dude outside to beat him up. Shabazz! Let's come back to Shabazz. He is. Chill. Phil, get in there, man. I've been missing you the last couple of times.
Hey, Ronbo.
Too. Hey, Phil.
Yes, sir.
Phil, we're enjoying the fact that we didn't get an ungrateful player coming here from Washington, but why would he? Gets back to be with his bro, back with a team that he came in and immediately drank all the love and affection in the locker room. Phil, your feeling on this, and I don't know if we've got all of them yet. Go ahead.
Well, it was a no-brainer for the Niners. Just a no-brainer. I mean, the guy is good against the run, where Drake Jackson was getting pancaked. I mean,
he did too.
That's been
and
part
it wasn't
of
even
our
a big
problem.
guy. Wasn't that
who
was that? Wasn't even My
it was
God, Drake.
Minnesota, and it was what's his name, the tight end from Minnesota.
Goddard? Oh, not Goddard,
But anyway,
yeah. I said, Drake, get up! Hurry up before somebody sees you. Oh.
but anyway, you know what? Honestly, I think it's been the schedule that's been the biggest problem.
Yeah, it's wearing them out.
We faced 5 teams that have come off a bye this year. 5 teams.
Right.
They have 2 weeks
We're
rest.
facing one this week.
Yeah, well, and we have to travel, so we have no advantage from our bye. Well, every other team in the league has only faced 2 teams on bye weeks. So, I mean, the schedulers did us no favors. Cleveland had a bye, and we had to travel to Cleveland.
And that team is brutal enough.
And then we had a short week with Minnesota, and then we have to come back against Cincinnati with a bye week.
Oh.
I mean, that's the problem. We were just plain tired.
I agree.
And injured.
Yeah. That's a
I think Trent's going to play this week. I saw him in practice, and he was not limping and kind of moving around.
Okay.
But,
Cal just didn't want to see
Ronbo, with your sprained ankles, you're not carrying 300 pounds.
No. Matter of fact, you should not be on your feet. So if he's out there running around today, he's feeling good.
Yeah, I think he's going to play. But we're missing Williams and Banks, our two best offensive linemen.
That's too
for the
much.
last few games. So that's why we can't run the ball. So, I mean,
that's
our
a lot
O-line,
of beef. Banks and Williams. That's a lot of humanity.
Our O-line is our weakest link. And, we're going to have to – and you can't get O-line in trades. They're just not available.
If he's good, why would
Nobody
I trade
wants to give up O-linemen.
No.
So we're going to have to draft them.
And then that's a lucky thing.
Draft,
is he good or not? Exactly.
But this next draft, we're going to get O-linemen. It's the only way.
Phil, you know, we picked up Lincoln Thompson, and he was thrown in the garbage by. Who did we get him from?
We got him from, I believe, Minnesota. We traded for him.
Or was it
like
Detroit?
A 6th-round pick.
Wait, Phil, I think it was Detroit.
Well, somebody in that division.
Anyway, they threw him in the garbage, and we picked him up, and we turned him into a very solid player. Like this kid Bird we picked up today and signed with the practice squad. Sometimes offensive linemen are surprises.
Jets because we couldn't afford him.
Yeah, see,
but,
what does that tell you? Oh.
Yeah, but he's not playing that well with the Jets, so I mean.
That's true.
Yeah, it's just, we were just tired. I expect us to come out against Jacksonville, but Jacksonville's a really good team.
I know.
I mean, we've got really 3 tough games left. It's Jacksonville, it's Baltimore on Christmas, and then we've got Philadelphia, Philly.
Notice by the way, Gene D, you notice we didn't say anything about the Eagles. I mean the Hawks.
I don't consider the Hawks a tough game. Honestly.
They're way overrated right now. God.
Yeah. I mean, Baltimore tore them up, but Baltimore can do that. But we play Baltimore here, so that's good.
Oh.
But
hey, that is good, Phil. Because I want our guys to be in their own bed, in their own house the day before that game, laying back, relaxing. That's good. That could be a plus.
Yeah.
Especially now that we've added.
But anyway, Ronbo, I think it's more the scheduling, and I think we're going to come out of it. And, we got Debo back this week. We've got Chase Young in the mix. The Niners activated Luter Jr. and Womack for practice.
Yep.
So we'll see how they come up.
Yep.
But they look pretty good in practice from what I saw.
Yep.
And, maybe we can get Oliver out of there and put Womack in.
Yeah, he's
upgrade
got to have a seat. We made a mistake there.
I think the biggest mistake we made was letting Jay Webb go. Jay Ward.
I know. Every time Isaiah makes a mistake out there, see, this is why I didn't want to say J-Dub go. I'm trying to embrace the whole.
J-Dub has just so much experience in that defense. He was like another quarterback out there.
Right, and he's a good ball player.
I think we miss him, honestly. So, but it is what it is. So.
Yeah,
but
have to do that.
I still think the division is ours, and home field is going to be tough. We're going to have to beat Philly at Philly, and hopefully KC beats Philly. Then we'll get the tiebreaker, and Detroit's got to lose a game. So
because we'd be number 3 behind Detroit. I'm not even concerned about the Cowboys anymore. The Cowboys are mentally they're washed. I mean, they
No,
probably
but the Cowboys aren't going to win their division, so they're going to be behind us anyway. The division winners
That's right.
are above them.
They
And
never
you
change
know
it.
that the NFC South is not going to have a better record than us. So
Yeah.
you're talking about worst case is we get one playoff game at home, and but we still got a chance at home field.
Anyway,
We just got to turn it on now. I mean, we have no room for error.
well, yeah, winning
And,
out would probably do it.
Yeah, winning
but
out basically.
Can they do that?
Because I still think Philly's going to lose probably to KC at KC. They may lose at Dallas because that game was close.
I know, right? And Dallas may have seen some things they could have improved on.
you
They could
know,
have won that game, like those mistakes.
It's Detroit that has such an easy schedule.
I know.
It's almost
ridiculous.
It's almost ridiculous. They play the Chargers this weekend, and then they play, I believe, the Cowboys at Dallas later on in the year. But that's their only two tough games.
Oh.
Their division is Chicago, Minnesota, and Green Bay. Jeez, talk
You know
about.
what? Minnesota, maybe. Phil, we're going to have to go, though. Phil, I mean, we missed you for a couple of weeks. We always notice when certain people are missing, and you're one of them. So, we were calling roll call. I was calling you even if you weren't on the phone. Is Phil here? Yeah, I said no. Okay. Is Phil here? He hasn't got here yet. Okay.
Yeah, Ronbo.
Phil, I'll see you Friday. Good stuff.
All
Those
right,
observations
Ronbo.
from camp,
I'll
too.
be on Friday.
All right.
Yeah.
See you then.
Take care.
You too.
All right. Bye.
Bye. Yeah, Phil's got carte blanche. Phil runs around out and watching guys at the field. Hey, let's check back on Shabazz. Shabazz. Do.
Ronbo.
There you are, Shabazz. How you doing, fam? Come on in.
Yeah, man.
Because we're sitting here laughing.
I'm here, man.
Yeah, we're here getting all chuckle because of that press conference with our man Chase Young, and people don't realize yet how that's going to fire up both Chase and Nick. That's going to be nothing but pure pleasure.
It's time to run it back like rerun, baby.
Really?
Time to run it.
Because if Chase is feeling good about where he is and Nick is feeling good about having him over there, I got a feeling it's going to be like a disease effect where it's just contagious. Everybody across that defensive line is going to just pick their game up but nobody wants to be made to look bad. If you got two guys that take on a spotlight, people going to look at the other guys as, yeah, but you guys are there to help out? Oh, man, I'm here to, let's go. Fire them up.
I'm boo.
I just imagine the interior is gonna benefit so much more because now there's no doubling of Nick. There's no doubling of Chase.
Yeah.
And I just feel like Armstead and Hargrave is gonna run amok, man.
Yep.
I just feel like they're gonna run amok.
Because Armstead, people don't give him any credit, but Armstead's got a good first step. He gets into the backfield quickly. As long as he's not hit with a double team immediately, one-on-one, he'll win that match. Javon, yeah, I kind of like what I think comes up.
Yeah, likewise, and expect the guys that do come in when they get to come in for him to
Fresh,
benefit, be fresh, and I want to watch Crusader do something that would be crazy in the wide nine. Put Nick and Chase next to each other and watch offensive linemen lose their mind.
I can even see the quarterback looking to the left and looking to the right. Set.
Imagine both of them on the right side come. Be funny. Stick Gregory in there, and have Hargrave or Armstead. Oh my goodness, man! They're gonna lose their mind. That's it.
Because you're gonna send your whole offensive line over to the left or right. I'm gonna bring a safety blitz on that one, baby, or a corner blitz. I'm gonna put Fred in on that blitz. Go ahead, leave that gap in there. There's so many things can fall apart with that kind of attack, Shabazz.
Man,
Gotta like
think about it. Think about it.
Just did.
Because Sarah them both next to each other. And Nick goes to stun inside, and Young spins outside. That whole line is going to be like, what are they doing? Boom! Fumble. Quarterback's going to be fumbling by the time everybody realizes what the heck is going on. Mm-hmm.
You know what? That would be the thing.
And notice this,
Jackson.
Guys, every time we make a big pickup like that, Sanders, McCaffrey, it's always a good omen. This right here is
always gets results.
That's right. This right here, if and when, which we will, not if, when we run the table, let's just get in him of the year. He's going to be a goddamn genius. And we ain't got to worry about the naysayers at all. And Ronbo, I want to earn it, man. I don't want nothing given to us.
No,
you know,
stay out the way. Don't help us. We'll be fine.
Yeah, I want to earn it, Ronbo. I want to earn it, man. I want to go into Philadelphia and watch my Nana destroy Jalen. We ain't gonna even get no situation where they get to run that damn rugby play. And by the way, I think that this play should be outlawed because it ain't football, Ronbo. They cheating, man.
I mean, that tush. I mean, the tush push is like become a joke. Really has. That's fine. Keep them off of that 1 yard line anyway. Let's see what happens.
Right.
Oh man.
Man, shout out to production. Shout out to the Memphis Empire. If y'all tuned in, man, your boy Shabazz got nothing but love for y'all. Shout out to my man Lynn SoCal. And you know, as always with me, man, I'm bang. I'm not in the game. Ring go.
Yeah.
So you know the rest. You know the rest.
Bang. Shabazz, short and sweet. I love it. Tell you what, fam, we'll be back Friday. And we just get ready to get this game, and we can stop worrying, support each other on believing. Big show, and go on in and get this W.
Oh, for sure. You know what? It's going to be good because we just got to get back to the winning side of things, and we get the dub, and it's just going to be good to just have everybody just say, because I mean, I do understand everybody's stress because it is stressful. We just took them 3, in a row, but you know what?
Like we had 3 separated, but not all in a row.
Cool. I love, like what you said the last time we talked. Oh, you didn't hit me in my mouth, sucker. Oh, that feel good. Take the copper from my blood. Tastes like an old school penny.
Exactly. Run your tongue inside your mouth. Feel all that torn up flesh. Yeah, I'm ready.
Get down. Like you want to get down, man. Get down.
Yeah.
I feel sorry. He's going to have to get rid of that ball in 1.5. 2 seconds ain't going to be fast enough. He's going to have to get rid of that ball. Yep. Those beautiful golden locks of his going to be on the run come Sunday, baby.
And I want us to be able to run the ball again. If I got the big man over on the left again, whoever's playing next to him, I think it will be adequate because Trent just takes care of everything. Right? You go play along next to him. Yeah. That's how Aaron Banks looks so good. He's playing next to Trent. So.
Yep.
We're going to see.
Yes, he does. Man.
Got Debo on the other side. That's too much threat. I got 3 guys. If I can keep Debo, George, and Mrs. McCaffrey's baby boy out there.
Yep. Yeah, we go back to our ways, man, and everybody just kind of, and then, hey, get ready to reload, keep it going.
Yeah. And let them
keep it going.
And let the folks in Jacksonville have to worry about us.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. Last time we was down there, we wouldn't have acted the fool anyway, man. The faithful show up and show out. And shout out to all the faithful, man. Like, man, That's what we don't appreciate. Yeah, we bicker and fight so much, but man, when it's time to rock and roll, man, the faithful show up and show out.
Damn right. Shabazz, always a pleasure. I'm gonna look for you Friday because we got to hear your score. Don't give away anything right now, because I always love when you do that.
Okay.
All right, fam.
Okay.
Your Friday.
All right, Ronbo. On Friday, man.
Looking forward to it. All right, fam.
All right. Night.
Hey, Steven, come on back here, man, because bookmark where you were leaving us off yesterday as all some of the things you know about what's going on behind the closed doors of the Santa Clara facility. Come on in, Steven. In little Rome. Steven must be out looking for that Detroit Lion fan, Don Burr. Steven, we'll be back. Hey, Naj!
Ronbo.
Naj.
I'm up.
Naj, man, you just added a bona fide, legit assassin to the right side. And now that we've been crying about getting somebody over there that enables teams to be at a real crossroad as to who to deal with. They sent all their resources toward Nick Bosa. And for the most part, that was pretty effective. But you do that now. Go ahead, please. And he's delighted to be in town, too. So,
Yeah. And he back with Bosa. We legit. And I'm about to say, I forgot, when was it? Was it the day? The day after the game, last game, did you go live?
After the game? Yeah.
Or was it? Yeah, the day after. Yeah, Shabazz, I rocked with Shabazz. He was saying some real stuff then, too. I'd be listening to him.
Yeah, he made everybody feel foolish for whining.
Yeah.
He was right.
Because y'all be feeling the same way sometimes.
Yeah, he pumped the brake on a little bit today, and he understands the sentiment and anxieties. But for the most part, he was right. We overreact sometimes.
Yeah.
We do.
And that push is a joke. It ain't real football. Get out the lead. Them offensive line, they don't even try to block. They just run with their heads down. They don't make no blocking play. They don't put their hands up. Damn, they're targeting. But what were you saying about Chase, though? I just had to get that off my chest.
Yeah, Chase
like that.
He was delighted that he wasn't even worried about getting traded when they called him. And Nick called him, just click, bro, Nick. What's up, man? I'll be there in a little bit. And, of course, they hung out for the rest of the week. And Nick showing him how we work, what we like to do. But see, in that position, though, Naj, it's all about seek and destroy. You got to learn a lot. You got to know about what the rest of the guys are doing. But it's almost an individual sport.
Yeah, and with that wide now, we're going, especially the stunts we're going to have with them. I can't wait to see that.
They got to work those in, though. They got to get an understanding
in the middle.
Yeah.
You say you got to get an understanding on it.
Yeah, they got to get together on that and rehearse things because everybody got to know what you're going to do, what he's going to do, what I'm going to do, and the timing has to be right. But for right now, next week, Jaguars will just get a crazy band coming at them all day long.
Oh, yeah.
That's fine.
I got an uncle that's a Jaguars fan. I texted him last week. I said, man, I hate to be a Jaguars fan because after this bye week, we
rested up.
I like it when we like this, though, because they were preparing for us. Now you feel me? Everybody counting us out. We've been down before. We was 3-5 last year, something crazy.
Yeah.
And before that,
let me ask you: did you think it was over? I can admit it now. I thought we was dead meat. 3-5. How the hell are we gonna come back from this?
Yeah, I ain't never think it was over. You know me. I don't never think it's over. These long season. All right.
I thought that was just a hole to climb out of, but we did.
Yeah, we did. Because we did it the year before. We had with Jimmy Garoppolo and Trae Young. He came in and won those 2 games for us. So I'm like, sure, we can do it again. Beat the Rams.
Teams got character. See, that was the Rams. I wish we played the Rams a little sooner. See, the Rams always give the 49ers, for some reason, the 49ers just get energized. It's like tonic. It's just fortified after they play the Rams.
I want to say the Rams was up 7-0. John McVay was running on the field. Like, all right, came back. But yeah, we gonna be decent next week. We gonna blow them out. It ain't gonna be close. I can't wait to see the Ravens. They ain't like that. You said they'll beat anybody. They ain't like that.
Ravens.
They front runners.
I hope so because man, I'm watching the game. I'm saying, damn. See, you got everything, all the holes plugged up, and Lamar takes off. And by the way, Naj, Lamar Jackson runs better than. I'm trying to think of a running back that runs better than Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, he can run now. He gonna be a problem.
Damn.
You hit him.
Quick moves. It's like a basketball player. When a basketball player breaks your ankles,
can't tackle. It's gonna be a long day. But I feel like we'll have our tackling decent by then.
Yeah. You just got to play. You got to have cut off an area that he can't bottle him up. Don't try to take him on individually because he'll make a fool out of you.
And we got Greenlaw. I wouldn't care if he got a couple late hits. If he got 2 of them.
We got Dre. That's true.
It'd be decent. Sure. Keep him in that pocket.
And actually, we got a real athlete in Chase Young. Chase Young is fast and big. Yeah, so we may have this fixed.
Yeah, we're gonna be straight. I like that pickup. I just hope Wilkes can
utilize it properly.
Yeah. I don't like Wilkes. No, I've been saying that since week 2. If you look on my Twitter,
oh man,
he just ain't got enough for me. What is he doing? We playing soft coverages. People can't tell. It's just night and day from last year. It's night and day. The whole defense. It's like, what are you doing? I know we lost Jimmy.
Richard Sherman's all over him too. So yeah.
Yeah, I've been saying it since week 2. Week 1 was cool.
Right.
We played against the Steelers. They got a basic offense. It's easy to run a basic defense versus a basic offense, but ever since then, after the Rams game, after the game after that, who we play after the Rams?
Yeah.
The Cardinals. The Giants gave us. Come on, I don't like that.
Giants gave up nobody. You know, we need D'Amico's. He's this guy. He's old school. I thought that might be a benefit, but it's not. D'Amico was in there doing fun stuff, and it was effective.
Yeah. He don't use our players. He don't use Hufunga not snapping. He ain't.
Yeah, he's.
I don't know, man.
Stay disciplined. Stay back. Don't be walking up to the line of scrimmage. Hufunga's strength is his timing and anticipation. Wilkes told him to stop it.
I don't like it.
Well, Kyle didn't either.
But hopefully we turn around. Kyle talked to him. Yeah, Kyle gonna talk to him. Kyle talked to there's a whole bunch of more coaches on the defense though. So he talked to all of them. They bounced ideas back and forth, get something done. Kyle's smart. Everybody hate on him. Cal was the smartest coach in the NFL. He said he learned offense by learning defense.
By learning defense first.
He knows what works.
Brilliant.
He knows what works. He gonna talk to him, get him right. He talked to Solid. Solid was looking bad. He talked to Solid. And what Solid said? Solid said for us to run the defense we need to run, we need an edge threat. And the Solid wasn't looking good till we got that edge threat. We won't do enough with Cassius Marsh and stuff. So
because how many teams are doing well without a good edge presence?
4.
I know, got them all. Randy Gregory,
got 4. Bosa,
Chase Young,
so
Nick. That's all.
Now we got 2. We're gonna be decent.
I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna see you Friday, and we're gonna make our predictions as we always do. See if we're right.
Okay. 27-13. I won't go ahead and say it early, but all right.
All right, fam. I'll be looking for you.
All right.
Night, Naj. Actually, this only being Monday, I might be back before Friday. No, I might not have time. No. Okay. Hey, Alice, come on in, E.
Ron Bizzle.
Yeah. See.
What's happening?
Because I'm just the impact has just hit me after I saw him talk. It's just hitting me now that we picked up Chase Young. I used to think, wow, it'd be nice. Wouldn't it be great if we could have Nick Young Nick Young. Nick Bosa and Chase Young on the same field. I was always just a fantasy. Ain't no way that's going to happen. Bam! Oh! It's on! Shit. He's delighted to be here too, fam. And also, Alice, address some of the issues we've had that made this decline take place. Not being able to run the ball, not being able to stop the run. Overbalance of a pass to run wasn't good. You know, we've got to. What are you thinking?
Well, we don't have that Raheem Mostert, burst or speed at the running back position. So the outside zone run game is we can run it here and there, but we're not going to be able to do it much. And I notice Kyle's going in between the tackles and, whatever, but he's using the wrong back for that. If he started utilizing our other running backs, then people would stop expecting Christian McCaffrey to get the ball all the damn time to where we could scheme him open, for run plays on the outside zone, on the edges and what have you. And, be able to kind of mix and match and then also put him there more at receiver. Kyle should be doing that more often. When things aren't working in the run game, he should just say, okay, scrap that. I'm going to start putting Christian out on slot. Let me get Elijah and maybe put Juszczyk in the backfield, start having them there as extra, protection. And then they can be the, they can be the guys in case of an emergency that can get dumped the ball. Preferably Juszczyk because he does so well after the catch, But I'm just saying, it's like Kyle just not really being creative in that aspect and making those adjustments right away. Like when shit's not working, you wasted a whole series, Kyle. If he can cut that in half and start jumping on it right away, we can, we can pick up, after messing up and making bad choices. We can change it real quick. Boom. Okay, good. That wasn't working. All right, boom. He needs to be doing that shit quick. Like what we expect of our defensive coordinator. Kyle should be expecting that and doing that himself because he's the head coach and the offensive coordinator. It's just weird. Kyle's saying, yeah, we didn't like that play. Well, Kyle, there's plenty of plays that we didn't like that you call.
I know. If you just want to show our hands on how many people didn't like this, we can point some others out too. God.
So when in the hell were you going to do something about that, Mr. HC and OC? Shit, you double dipping, homie, and you're not even, but look, the run game, I'm expecting defensively for us to dramatically increase. I want to see us in the top 10 by the next 3 weeks. Chase Young and Nick Bosa being together, the only thing that's better than that is Nick Bosa and Joey Bosa on the same team.
Oh, that would be upsetting.
There's nothing better than that. It's from a from the comfort, the continuity, the relationship, the companionship and brotherhood aspect of it. The boost that it's going to give Nick and especially Chase himself being on the same team. Yep. I can only imagine the kind of havoc they're going to wreak. And if we had D'Amico as our defensive coordinator right now,
you see what's going on in Texas? Whoo, dang! Stroud is playing out of his mind, but that defense is stingy as well.
Yeah,
how that saying goes. Those two, like you
really
say,
good.
play for the man next to you. Play for your brother. See, that really carries a lot of weight amongst football players. A lot of people who have never played the game don't understand that concept, not fully. But when you're playing for the guy next to you, you don't want to let him down.
Right. A W for you is a W for me. So let's go get it. Let's go get it. Let's eat. We take no for an answer, man. You got to be, You just got to be relentless, man. You know, I just feel like the energy is so bogged down, and it's like Fred Warner and the guys are by themselves trying to keep themselves inspired. You know, they don't have that D'Amico Ryans or that Robert Saleh energy on the sideline to get them boys going. You know, the screaming, the veins popping out their head, the wilding, you know, patting them on the head. That's right, boy. You know, that energy is so imperative to have, especially for a defensive unit. So,
you know,
I mean, Kyle's they got to get his ass out the box.
That's true, but he's still going to be on the field being cool. Wilkes is just cool. He can't help it. I mean, I hope he does.
Well, maybe he's trying to keep his blood pressure down. I don't know, but
maybe.
My brother might be up in age, and he might be like, hey man, look, the doc said, you know,
stay calm.
I don't know. I ain't trying to pick at him, but Bo, we can't accept that. I don't give a shit. And my thing is, if you want to maintain your job security and you want to have the best performance for your defense, you really want to you want to be a head coach, do what's been working for this entire team. He should have been calling D'Amico. He should be calling Saleh. And he should say, you guys, how did you run this? What was working? What was it? What kind of pointers can you give me? You got to take a step. You got to step out of your arrogance and the whole, you know, I don't need nobody to tell me nothing. I know what I'm doing. I've been doing this for 100 years. You could be doing something for 100 years and been doing this shit wrong more than half the time.
Yep.
So get it right. I would do that. If I was him, I wouldn't give a shit. Look, I would say, okay, what did you guys do? How's this going to work? How does this need to work? What do I need to do? Instinctual things. Get the things you can pick up on and do exactly what it is they did. Because we were a top 3 defense the last 3 or 4 seasons. That's clearly for a reason. It wasn't just the personnel, but it was the defensive coordinator running and operating, utilizing this personnel. You want to get that same result.
Shanahan.
And getting
Shanahan doing the same thing. I'm sorry, you was rolling. I was rolling with you. But Shanahan's doing the same thing. You might as well just complain about Shanahan. If you get in a stubborn way.
Yeah.
So I can't give you that. You was rolling.
Emilio, let me, because we're running out of time for Ellis anyway.
Go
Ellis,
ahead. But
we're gonna wrap up. We're gonna come back Friday. I might be back before then if I can.
What Emilio was saying?
He said he could say the same thing about Shanahan. As far as well, he did, Emilio. He talked about Shanahan being redundant and being silly and running plays that aren't fitting for what we have. You did mention that. And by the way, Ellis, I read that book on Shanahan before he came. Shanahan will do things that look to the naked eye, you and I are watching, he'll do the same thing over and over again that was wrong the first time. But what he's doing, he's setting up a defense. And all of a sudden, he will pull a plug on him. I think that's been effective a few times, but all too often, I don't think it does happen.
Don't waste so many fucking plays, though.
He does.
Don't waste so many plays, Kyle.
He's out there in a boxing
match. He thinks the game is all day. This game is not limitless.
I know.
Every play matters, dude. Stop throwing away. I'm gonna run 2 whole series of these 8 plays just to get 1 play. No.
I wish CMC alone.
Oh, we gotta go, fam.
Anyway,
I'll see you Friday. And
yeah, man.
Shanahan will see the light.
Yeah.
Shout out to the
he needs a consultant. He needs a consultant, somebody who's not scared to give him the.
You think he'd listen?
And it's not his dad.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
You think Shanahan would listen? You were talking about a guy who thinks he knows it all. I don't think that he would listen to anybody else. Somebody said he does have discussions with his people in the locker room, but I don't know. Anyway, fam, we got to go.
Discussions that are 99% involving him talking. Anyway, shout out to the faithful, man. Thank you for the platform, fam. As always, shout out production.
Pleasure. Thank you.
And, thank you, man. As always, I appreciate you.
Appreciate you, Ellis.
Oh, shout out Papa D, man. Shout out Donut Tunisia. Shout out to Tones. Shout out Evan, and yeah, man. Shout out to all y'all, man. Everybody that's repping it, that red and gold.
All right. All right, Ellis.
All right, fam.
All right, fam. So. And let's see if we can find Steven again. Hey, Steven.
Ronbo.
Steven.
Oh, man.
Steven.
Woo!
Yeah, we were trying to find you earlier. Come on in.
I know. I try to, man. Okay, so I was driving. I had my phone on my side, and it fell on the side between my chair and my middle compartment. So trust me, I was struggling to answer that phone for a hot second. I was like, "Fuck!" And then my girl called me. She FaceTimed me, so that ended up taking me off the call. I was like, man.
Go ahead and say it. And Rome was in the back going nuts.
He's going ape shit. He's going ape shit tonight. He took a 5-minute nap. He hasn't slept all day. He took a 5-minute nap. And he's running around like I get cracked.
You know you're in for it. He's high energy. And that's why you don't let children of that age take a nap until early first, and then don't let them go to sleep again until like time to go to bed. Otherwise, yep. We're up.
He only took a 5-minute nap. He didn't even take enough time.
He should be tired, right?
I swear to God, Ronbo.
That's crazy. Huh? He should be tired, right? 5-minute nap?
Yeah, he should be tired. He woke up at like 7 o'clock in the morning today, doing crazy shit, God knows what, barely even let me time to get ready for work. Took a 5-minute nap today, and then now he's running around like I just gave him crack.
You stop doing that. Don't have me call up either. Steven, but before we get, let me get because I don't want to miss some of the things you were getting ready to tell us yesterday because you had to stop. Get back into that.
Woo! Okay, so where did I leave off? Outside of Steve Wilkes and the locker room being scarily quiet, Javon Hargrave giving about 50%.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he's not really. I mean. The problem is, Ronbo, is that, and he couldn't have explained it better, is that everyone just feels awkward. No one knows what the fuck they're doing most times because it's not what they're used to playing, you know?
See, I was worried about that. But how come we were doing the first 5 weeks were okay? Because as he tried to apply his program more and more, I guess that's what happened. Because the first 5 weeks, they look good. Kind of.
Well, that's the problem. Steve Wilkes is trying to make an identity for himself.
Yeah, of course.
But it's like you can't. I mean, you can do it here and there, but what he's trying to do is really dig his claws into that defensive scheme and try to change it up. You know, and it doesn't work that way. And then another thing too, and I kind of agree with him, I kind of don't. You know, it is what it is, but it's him being up in that goddamn fucking booth.
That's pissing everybody off.
That's the problem. The problem is that the 49ers defense is a very emotional team. They have been since 2012. You know, every coach that has ever been under that helm has been on that field calling plays, cheering them on. Shit, look at Robert Saleh when they fucking beat the Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
He was going up and down that field. He's a head coach. Same thing with D'Amico. Look at Mike McDaniels. You know, these guys have always been on the field, and that's where they will stay.
And by the way, before you go past that, though, Kyle Shanahan is about as stoic as you're going to get as well. He doesn't, even when his offensive player, Shanahan doesn't say anything. They're just doing it. He's like Belichick. He's just doing his job. Why should I hooray him? You know? And Saleh, like you just mentioned, he's the first guy I've seen that the team had a guy on the payroll that was paid to hold on to Robert and keep him off the field. Now that's what I'm talking about. Yes.
That's what we love. That's what the Niners love. And hear me out on this. It's crazy because I was like, you really think I saw? He goes, hell yeah, bro. Like when D'Amico was there and Rob was there, bro, we was bouncing off that bitch. And I was like,
I loved it.
It's not. I mean, you're not wrong, but you know what, Ronbo? Steve Wilkes, this is a make or break game for him. Everyone knows it. He even told me that, you know, the writing's on the wall. It's a make or break game. If we lose to the Jags and the defense looks fucking confused again, with Chase Young, mind you, this is the problem. This is where all cards and all things point to us winning. We have Chase Young, Nick Bosa, Javon Hargrave, Eric Armstead, Fred Warner, Dre Greenlaw, Samuel Womack. I don't know who.
That's a Pro Bowl tackle.
But we got him. Yeah, we've got who else? Darrell Luter. We've got Javarius Ward at full health because apparently Javarius Ward has been nursing some fucking mysterious injury that
I know.
You know he wouldn't tell me. So I'm like, whatever. I don't fucking care. But you know, these are a lot of crazy things that all point to us winning. and lights out. I mean, Jags should not get past half field. Jags should not get 3 points. I'm talking straight up 0. Us 42, 0. That's the kind of comparison they want to see from Steve Wilkes. Because if they put up a close game and 49ers barely just limp away with a win, he's out. There's no, we're going to give him another chance. Like, no, you have all your weapons. What more do you need? So that's the thing. This is his final game. It's either he lights out and shuts down the Jags completely, or he loses it, and that's it. But
who do we go to though? That's the thing. There's one guy left from the Saleh D'Amico regime.
Oh, it's someone from the old Anton Golson and Dante Whitner era 49er football.
Yeah, but those guys didn't play with Saleh or D'Amico.
But they are aggressive. But one of the rumors that he was telling me that they were kind of, because these are all the whispers he's hearing, during training, and like during the kind of like, what was it, half markers, right, where everyone kind of goes in the room and chills. Dante Whitner is on the calling list, and I'm like, I don't know if I could handle that. I don't know if he's ready for that, but I mean,
I don't know about
if there's one person you want, if there is a person you want to coach, it's someone who has actually played and who knows that scheme very well. And a man who murders players on the daily.
I know, but okay, you know what? Whitner cannot teach that kind of football anymore. That we'll get flagged out of the park. So but if Whitner could just teach some concepts, because Whitner hit because he was just a mean man, But he can't. It's all technique.
Golson were the two.
Yeah, Golson.
They were demons. They were straight men. Ronbo, if I had the opportunity to swap 2 players on the defense, I would shoot me for saying this, but I would swap Dre and Fred for Anton Golson and Dante Whitner in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat. Because that's how nasty those two were.
Dre and Fred. Oh my God! I mean, you know what? I consider Fred untouchable. Dre, he has his days when he's just magnificent. And Willis and Bowman, I'm not. You know what? We're talking different eras of football, how it's evolved, and Hittner and Golson were perfect for their time. If you catch the ball, you're gonna hear footsteps. That's why a lot of guys missed the ball before it even got to them. They didn't feel like taking that pain. You don't want none of this smoke.
Hell,
okay, man, ain't nobody here. What's wrong?
Dante Whitner had a whole nickname called Dante Hittner because that's all he did. He would light you up and kill you. I mean, there was a play, him and Golson just completely. I think it was. I don't know if it was Adrian Peterson, but they just sandwiched this Viking receiver, and the ball just popped out. And I'm like, yeah, that'll kill somebody.
And did you notice? And remember those plays? The ball wouldn't just pop out; it would fly out. And there was that one play, Golson was up against some tough running back, and it's a freeze frame on YouTube, and it's captioned above says, "Who do you think won this standoff?" I don't even need to play it further. I'm playing anyway. Golson damn near killed the dude, man. So if I'm standing in front of Golson and I got the ball, come on, man, let me ask you a question. Hey, wait a minute, man. Is this game worth dying? Take the damn ball. Because that's the dudes didn't hit like it's a game. They hit like it's personal. Man, Steven, we ran out of time having fun. Steven, I'll see you Friday, though. All right?
You'll see me Friday. Hey, but on some real shit, I'll stop before I let you go. Chase Young with his dreads down facing frontward reminds me so much of the Predator.
I know.
I'll say that
with the hair.
Heartbeat. That dude is.
I know.
Give them that black visor, it's over.
That's on his Twitter page. Go to Twitter. You'll see it. There'll be up the Predator. And it's got him, his head down, the hair coming down. They look exactly the same. Hey, Steven.
Start using that clicking sound. Fuck that.
See you Friday, Steven. Give my best little Rome and Mrs. Steven. All right, man.
Will do, Ronbo. You have a good night.
You too. Thanks. Well, Big Show says this. I don't know why Steve's geographical location is pissing everyone off. I love the way you eloquently put that, show. Uh, why take a man out of his comfort zone? See, show is, again, really the voice of reason here. If he likes it up there, there's a good point to that. What difference is that going to make? Players have to execute. What really worries me about that, show, thanks for the contribution. Here's why I do
Ronbo,
agree
can
with
you hear
show.
me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Jalen. Wait, Jalen, hold on. Here's why I do agree with show, though. The fact of the matter is, he's not going to be any more emotional or Wilson's not going to come down and be yay and going nuts. I can't imagine him being like that. But so, I wish we had somebody down there to pump people up. Hey, Jalen, get in there, man. I can hear you.
Cliff got the boot. Pete still shooting on that goop. And Sean McVay play call like poop. It stinks, Ronbo.
It does.
Boy,
number 6 on the draft order.
Ronbo, to build off a little bit of what Ellis was saying about Chase Young.
Mm-hmm. Jalen, show, did you get kicked out of the group?
To build off what Ellis was saying about Chase Young being reunited with Nick Bosa, Ronbo, stuff like that, that type of chemistry, it really does translate on the field. I mean, look at Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow, Ronbo. And think about it.
They love
Jimmy Ward and Jaquiski Tart, they played together back in high school, and look at how tight they were. Ronbo, you know that right now we have 2 rookies that we drafted this year that played on the same team. D. Winters and Jari Brown. Why are they not out there playing together?
Is Winters from the same? Yeah. Oh, okay. Is that Penn State? Wait.
No, they both went to TSU, TCU, TSU.
Oh.
One of those schools. They both went there, and I don't understand why. One, Owen Burks, Ronbo, he's not good, Ronbo. He's a special teams player, but he's not good. We're missing that what was it? The weak side linebacker. We're missing that position. We're missing that position. And Owen Burks, he's not that good. He really isn't. I really want to see what D. Winters can do out there, Ronbo. I mean, I think he was a 4th or 5th round pick. Fred Warner was a 5th round pick, and he started his rookie year. And Jari Brown, Ronbo, Deshaun Gibson. What? Fred was a 3rd rounder?
I think so.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think he was.
Pretty sure. Yeah.
But still, Ronbo, Fred wasn't an early round pick, Ronbo. He was like a day 2, day 3 guy.
That was a mistake made by everybody in the league.
Yeah, but Ronbo, so this isn't the first time we've seen late round picks start on our defense and flourish. I don't understand why Cal won't let these rookies get on the field and show what they can do. I mean, you can't get any worse than Owen Burks, Ronbo. And D. Winters, he ran a 4.4. You a linebacker running a 4.4? Why is he not out there?
That's a good point. But Kyle makes you play your dues. If you've been there for a season already, he feels like you got enough seasoning that you should be, not necessarily but should be better than the kid that just came in. So that's what he's leaning on.
Well, Ronbo, Kyle getting one of the people to pay his dues has gotten us 3 games lost. Once again, Kyle Shanahan, your ego gets in everybody's way. If you honestly just said that Kyle Shanahan is willing to put better talent on the bench to pay dues, that's a problem, Ronbo. That's what you really. So you're telling me that Kyle Shanahan is willing to put? You just told me Kyle Shanahan is putting better talent on the bench so that they can pay their dues.
Look at Jordan Mason.
Ronbo.
And
you're jeopardizing the team. You're jeopardizing the team.
And Jordan Mason should be getting more snaps. But why is he sitting down most of the time? Because Elijah Mitchell's been there for a longer time, and I got to put him in there. Kyle, I mean, damn. Let's. Whoever earns it, earns it.
Yeah, Ronbo. Jari Brown, Sean Gibson, first of all, we didn't even know if he was going to come back this year. So we don't even know if he even really wants to be there. You know what I'm saying, Ronbo? Like, how committed is he to that team, Ronbo? He didn't get drafted by us.
He's already like a 10-year vet. Nobody's going to remember him if he, you know what I'm saying? Nobody's going to remember that Gibson really played for us, probably. But Jari Brown, the guy we drafted, he's more committed. He's going to be more loyal and committed and willing to. And Gibson's at the end of his career, Ronbo. He ain't finna be out there throwing his body on the line. But a rookie,
Gibson's gone. He's gone next year anyway. Gibson was just there as a bridge for the future. So they're gonna let
we need to let him play.
Yeah,
we need to let him play. We need to let Womack play. See, Ronbo, it's different if you just got one rookie coming out there and you look around and it's all pros and you know you're gonna get singled out. But if you got two other guys out there learning with you, you're gonna play better because y'all are learning together. If you got Womack, D. Winters, and Jari Brown all out there, they're gonna grow and learn together as a team, Ronbo. If Brock Purdy can be elevated from the talent around him, why can't defensive players be done like that?
I agree.
We've seen our secondary be boosted by the pass rush. We know that with Fred Warner and Dre Greenlaw on the field, D. Winters is going to be learning a lot. And he's not going to – how can you target a linebacker, Ronbo? And honestly, it's no different than running back when it comes to translation to the NFL. That's not really a position where it takes, you know, like it's instinct, Ronbo. Linebacker, you don't – unless it's middle linebacker, it's a lot of reading you got to do. But outside linebacker, Ronbo, is really just tackling, you know, finding the gaps. So, I mean, that wouldn't be a position that's hard to translate over. So I don't know why we don't play these rookies, Ronbo. I'm sick of these healthy scratches that we keep drafting every year.
Every week.
And they're sitting on the bench. Every year they sitting on the bench. And I'm tired of it, Ronbo. They have to start playing these younger guys and start bringing in these older timid guys that are not putting their body on the line and are not tackling.
Well, I agree, but Kyle Shanahan may not be calling the defensive starters. He may have a discussion, but the defensive coaches should be the ones that are telling Kyle who should probably be starting. So it's really hard to actually – I don't know if I can spotlight Kyle on that or not, but I would think he makes the final decision.
Yeah. And about Brock Purdy, Ronbo, I don't know how much time I got left. Brock Purdy, Ronbo, he is played – and I understand we owe Brock Purdy 30 games, Ronbo. If Brock Purdy had played bad or at least good in 8 of these last 17 games, I'd understand the worry. But Brock Purdy has played good in at least 15 or 14 of these games. We owe him at least 30 games to see what he can really do.
Oh, easily.
I mean, he barely finished the equivalent of a full season. He's making rookie mistakes now. He's making rookie throws, throwing it across the field. Those are rookies. That's rookie stuff, Ronbo. He's going to outgrow that stuff.
Yes, I agree.
He's going to outgrow that stuff.
And getting paid almost food stamps. So you know what? That's why I don't listen to any rhetoric about him. Man, we got to go, though.
And Ronbo, yeah. And like I said, Ronbo, Brock Purdy this offseason, get that bench press up to 300. He can bulk up, get some velocity on them throws. I don't understand why people don't do that, Ronbo.
Like
you don't see any big, bulky quarterbacks with a weak arm. It's always the little slim dad bod guys with the weak arm. You don't see no big bulky quarterbacks with no weak arm, Ronbo.
That's true.
Brock Purdy, you need to hit the weight room.
Probably is. He looks a little bigger than he did last season.
Man, but at the end of the day, we still the kings of the West. Tyler Knee back and he ain't gonna rest. And Gene D can keep on crying, but the 49ers, they gonna be the best. I ain't forgot that y'all sorry ass got blown out, Gene D. At home by the Rams and then by the Ravens. Y'all sorry as fuck. Ronbo, we going 6-0 in the division. We're gonna make the playoffs. We're going 6-0. We sweeping the division again.
I can see it, especially now. All right, Jalen. We'll see you Friday. Hey, Thomas.
What's up, Ronbo?
Thomas. It's all about we just added some juice, some higher octane in that gasoline. You know, we probably don't realize yet what we have, but we're going to find out this weekend. I can't imagine what that's going to look like yet. I tried to imagine it, but Thomas, Chase is delighted to be with the 49ers as well, and we got some things we can fix. Are they fixable? Are they minor adjustments that need to be made? Can it be done in time for Sunday's game?
Yeah. I mean, we've had 2 weeks off, so if it's not done by then we have a bigger problem on our hands than everybody thinks.
But yeah, do you watch basketball, Ronbo?
Oh, don't get me started, man. I'm telling you right now. I want Wembanyama. What's it? How do you pronounce his name? I can't wait to him and Jokic.
Oh, I just call him Wemby. I can't even say it.
I can't wait to him and Jokic play because he's going to own the league in another couple of years. My God, he's 19 looking like that. Okay, I said don't get me started. Woo. But anyway, you were going to make a point with the NBA. Go ahead.
Yes, because the Niners, I know the season's not over yet, but my God, they are pissing me off. Like, dude, I can't even explain how mad I am with this team right now.
That's good.
We had a number one defense last year with the defensive player of the year, and then Wilkes comes in, and we look like ass. But that's not my point. All right. I've been a Niner fan my whole life, like many of us, and it's year after year after year after year of pain and suffering. We get right there with Jim Harbaugh fall this short. And then every year with Shanahan, we're there, and we fall just short every single year. Every single year. It's not the talent, because we have a stacked roster, probably the most stacked roster in the entire NFL. It's the coaching. Yep. We have got to be probably the biggest underperformers in all of sports history with a star-studded team that can't get a championship ring. It's ridiculous. It's like, the reason why I'm asking about basketball is, remember the year Golden State played Cleveland in the finals, and they were up 3-1, and they lost to LeBron James?
Yeah. Wait a minute.
And nobody thought
they were up. Oh, that's right. They were up against and LeBron turned around and came on back and snatched that. Yeah, that was pretty funny.
3-1, and it's like, but eventually, I mean, Golden State, they've got several rings, but it's like we are that 3-1 team. It's like every year we are this close, but something happens and we fall on our face. It's not the players, it's the coach. It's Kyle Shanahan, and now Kyle Shanahan has a buddy, Steve Wilkes, to just ruin everything together. I don't know
sometimes it's fate. I mean, what are the odds of the quarterback getting his arm snapped at the elbows on his throwing arm, right? And also,
but the coach can put us in a better position so he doesn't take that hit.
Yeah.
I mean, Kyle Shanahan is supposed to be the master schemer of all schemers. So why would he put Tyler Kroft out there in the first place? Again, the second best edge rusher in the league.
I know. I still don't.
Okay. I mean,
I can't even begin to try to rationalize. I can't explain that. I'm trying to think like he was thinking, but I don't know.
I'm feeling very lost as a Niners fan because I feel like we had an identity for years. We were playing smash mouth football, bully ball, top defense. This year, I feel like our defense, as stacked as it is, it looks soft because Steve Wilkes keeps putting us in these soft-ass coverages. Yeah. And it doesn't matter how many pass rushers you add. Like, adding Chase Young is sexy, but it doesn't matter when all of our DBs are playing 10 to 12 yards off the ball because then quarterbacks just throw the short game, and that's what they've been doing to pick us apart every week. It doesn't matter how many pass rushers you add. Chase Young's not going to make a difference if our DBs don't step up. They can't play so far off the ball. Not only that, it's like we aren't the smash mouth team that we were. I feel like we used to be the bullies, and lately I feel like we're getting bullied. It's like, where'd our identity go?
We did in Cleveland, but I don't know if we did any place else. But Thomas, I got a feeling there's going to be a Justin made in that.
Vikings had their way with us.
The
Vikings had their way with us. I mean, Kirk threw over 400 yards.
Oh, and did he have a miss all day? Maybe one or two, like him and Burrows.
Yeah,
they missed one or two passes.
That's all Steve Wilkes giving up the underneath the short yardage game. And people talk about like the dinking and the dunking, like when we do it, like it's a bad thing. But when you see teams dink and dunk us, like it's a big problem. So clearly it works.
Man, I've always argued with people about that. I said, you dink and dunk your way all the way to the end zone. If it works, it works. And it takes the stress off the offensive line. It takes the stress off the quarterback. Anybody that's crying about the dinking and dunking doesn't understand the game properly. That's just all there is to it.
Yeah, exactly. But I feel like we have lost our identity as a team. It's like when the entire offense has to run through Christian, and when he doesn't have a productive day, it's like we completely stall and don't remember how we used to score points. It's like Debo's always taking a beating. George has disappeared. Ayuk has no hands. And it's like, where did Elijah Mitchell and Jordan Mason go? Where are they?
sitting down, watching the game with us. You know, I mean, a
Exactly.
little
It's like
exaggeration.
we
George had a
lost.
pretty good game last week, actually. And,
Who's
yeah,
that?
George Kittle.
Yeah, he has his like appearances here and there, but he's not as
Cameo
consistent as he
appearances.
should be.
He should
Yeah,
be
he's
used
not
more.
as consistent as he should be. But I do feel like we have lost our identity as a team. We aren't the bullies anymore. People have been smacking us in the face, and it's like we look stunned when it happens. And Nick Bosa is looking like he's extremely frustrated because the coverage is too soft. They can't get home. So adding Chase Young isn't going to fix the problem until Steve Wilkes fixes the secondary. I thought adding a secondary coach would fix this, not make
I know we
it worse.
all did. And it turns out he's playing too cautiously. Remember one thing, though, Thomas. What worries me, too, is the fact that Wilkes is making a judgment call on this. And if he plays those guys too tight, they're going to get smoked. But he should also remember what happened last year, watch some footage from last year. You can trust those guys. They're not as nearly as tender and soft as you think. And I hope he comes to, I hope kind of have that talking with him, you know?
Yeah, and if you play the corners up, then it just takes those receivers just a second longer to get open, and that second longer makes all the difference
All
for
the
your
front
pass
line
rush.
needs, exactly.
And it's like, what don't you understand, Steve Wilkes? How long have you been around this league? I don't get it. Like,
Over 13? I forgot how many years, 17? Anyway, Thomas, we ran out of time.
It doesn't matter.
I'm going to see you Friday, okay? And keep that energy. I love it.
All right, Ronbo.
All right.
I'm losing my mind over here. I'm about to rip out my hair and just I'm going to stop watching these games because
Don't
it's giving
do
me
that.
a heart attack.
We're going to win this weekend. All right.
All right. I'm tired of being an underperformer as a Niner fan.
It's going to get better. All right, Thomas.
Ronbo.
I'll see you Friday.
Take care,
And
sir.
You too, fam. Thanks. We're not Bryant ready to go on a run. And I would hate to be the Jags. They are the next victim. Bang, bang, stay faithful. You know what, Brian, you know what? Thank you for that contribution. And I also worried that I don't want the 49ers to come out there too fired up and start seeing these every couple of minutes. Because, you know, Dre Greenlaw's getting a lot of rest, and you know how he is. I need him to stay under control. That's the only thing I need. You don't need to throw the man from the middle of the field all the way into the stands. Just take him down and walk away. Hey, Casey.
Well, if it isn't the Reverend Ronbo Sports.
Yes, indeed. The congregation of
My
what's
man.
49er now. Yeah.
What's shaking, Ronbo? Today's Monday, right? Daylight
Well, the
savings
Jaguars
time?
better be. Oh, you know, it's funny because I was watching that boring game, and they had Peyton and Eli doing the game, and they were sitting there saying all kind of crazy things. Peyton and Eli are more entertaining than the game, right? And they're talking. And
I
they're
know. I
talking.
think a lot of people
Think so? Yeah, because
sorry,
in
go
fact, they were talking to Trevor, and they were just asking him all kind of questions. And he actually acknowledged that they were concerned about playing the 49ers. And then they got into things like, so listen, it seems that your hair, what's his name, Herbert? Herbert? Yeah, Herbert says you said some things about his hair they didn't really appreciate. I said, Peyton, Eli, what are you talking about? Why aren't you guys doing the game? They had me laughing so hard. I said, Jesus, what is this? But anyway, where was I going?
Yeah,
with
they're
that?
great. You know, I think a lot of people get frustrated watching their talks, but I really always enjoy their commentary.
You need a
And
sense
I'm
of
getting
humor,
on the
though.
bus right now, by the way, Ronbo.
Yeah,
But,
last time I talked, I heard the bus door open.
the what?
I hear you getting on, too.
Yeah, I'm getting on. The bus is still open. Is that what you said?
I heard the echo in the back of it. Listen,
Yeah.
Casey, now that you're clear, go ahead and tell us, how are you feeling about Chase McDaniel? God, I keep getting these names. How are you getting about Chase Young? Feeling delighted to be in San Francisco. He came in, he absorbed the atmosphere, and he says, this is where I should have been all the time. He didn't say that, but it sounded like he was about to say that, right? So he's got his boy Nick over there, and both of them together are going to be thunder and light and nitro and glycerin. Oh, man, I can't wait to see this. This could be one of the most anticipated, exciting pairings, and if it doesn't live up to the billing, people are going to be awfully pissed off. Oh, and we got some things that need to be fixed, the run game and things like that. Case, are we going to fix that this weekend?
You know, it looks promising, Ronbo. They have a lot of money on that defensive line.
Really do.
They have a tough schedule from here on because
3 games. Everybody
they're
else is
not just playing the opponents; they're playing the injury bug. They're playing the refs. You know, this is a different NFL.
Yeah, that's true.
These guys are just going to start playing complete no names at running back, and they're going to get 100 yards. There's so many good running. There's so many good running backs in the NFL now, Ronbo.
That's why they can't get paid, because they're a dime a dozen. I don't even know who those guys were in in Cleveland and Minnesota, and all of a sudden they're just running all over the 49ers.
I'm looking at quarterback stats tonight too, and Brock Purdy's still like top 3 in quarterback rating, passer rating. Right? He even has more yards than Lamar Jackson at 8 games or whatever the Niners are at.
Brock Purdy.
And,
people got to get up off
7
Brock
games.
Purdy. Yeah. Come on, man. These guys have been. He had a falling down recently, but before that, nobody had nothing bad to say about Brock Purdy. He was brilliant. I suspect it'll be the same this weekend.
Yeah. I mean, they just got to stay healthy. I'm not too sure what's going on with Elijah Mitchell, Ronbo. That's what really concerns me. Who the second running back behind Chris McCaffrey is going to be, because they're going to need it. They can't keep feeding McCaffrey the same way they have for the rest of the year. They're going to need Jordan Mason or Elijah Mitchell to have a big year.
Oh, Jordan Mason needs to play. I got a feeling Elijah Mitchell's scared, Casey. Can you imagine how many times he's gotten hurt since you've been with us? 5, 6 times? Elijah probably says,
yeah, that's what I'm saying, Ronbo. I mean, I'm looking at the Dolphins right now. They have Raheem Mostert, Jeff Wilson Jr.
Oh,
and
Mostert held up.
And this new guy, Devin. I can't pronounce his last name, Ronbo. I'm not going to try to pronounce his last name. The new guy, Devin.
God.
They got the Dolphins got a lot of talent.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. The Dolphins got that running back that got hurt a couple of weeks ago. He's as fast as Mostert. Oh, he was.
And I don't really know what happened in the. I don't really know what happened in the Chiefs and the Dolphins game the other day, but I know once the playoffs
Mostert went off. But
it's gonna be a different type of. It's gonna be a different game, and I think the Dolphins are gonna kind of even out. I think they're gonna start. They're gonna go on a good run here. I could be wrong.
You know what, Casey? Honestly, they're kind of soft. You can actually, if you muscle up against the Dolphins, they tend to fold. The Chiefs' defense is what killed them. They just knocked the bejesus out of them. Every time Tyreek came off the line of scrimmage, bam! You can hear that all. I mean, they don't do well with that.
Well, what's their coach's name again, Ronbo?
Who? Which one?
Dolphins coach.
That's Mike McDaniels.
Maybe they were just enjoying Germany a little too much, Ronbo.
that beer and some of those beer houses. Some of the girls serving the beer should probably put on more clothes. So the thing is that may have distracted them.
But I also like to while I have you, Ronbo, I think we need to take a minute and say shout out to Josh Dobbs. This guy.
Right? Vikings QB.
He's falling out for the Cardinals and then just gets traded to the Vikings on a whim, learns the playbook. It's just pretty incredible, Ronbo. I mean, how universal can a playbook be that this guy just picks it up?
No. They were.
That's pretty amazing.
But it is. Did you hear what they were saying about that? Dobbs was actually being told the plays in the huddle. I think they got to be lying. He had to know a little more than that. The players are telling him to play in the huddle?
Like,
really?
I feel like there's got to be some sort of like character tree, or there's got to be like 40 or 50 different things that he's forced to memorize. So it's like whatever play call it is, he can just piece it together. But one way or the other, it's pretty remarkable to do that.
I'm impressed. I really am. I agree. Shout out to Dobson.
He probably just added like 5 years to his NFL career over the weekend.
No, yeah, they like him.
He's like the Black Fitzpatrick now. He's just gonna go from team to team.
You know what's so funny?
Just balling out.
If he does well, Kirk's gonna become expendable. We'll see.
Right? Think about what Kirk was thinking. No, Kirk's such a he's such a good teammate and stuff. He's probably very happy to see that. But yeah, it did make me think, like, hey, good game, man, but You're gonna have to give me those keys back. You know what I mean?
It is.
Still my team, youngin.
But remember Dobbs. It's like somebody pointed out. Dobbs is actually a rocket scientist. So of course, football players aren't going to confuse him.
Maybe somewhere Big Show is rubbing his hands like Birdman, and this is the sign that the 49ers are going to get Kirk Cousins in the offseason.
Don't do it, Show. we got to go, Casey. I'll see you Friday.
Thanks, Ronbo. Hey, shout out to my man Brunskill. It just ain't the same without you, bro. And all the Seahawks fans in the chat. Y'all ain't got no Ronbo sports. You know what I'm saying? That's why you here. You ain't no show. You ain't got no show.
Thanks, Case.
Have a blessed night, Ronbo.
You too, fam. See you Friday. Can't wait. And there it is. It's time for some Latino heat. Latino heat. Latino heat. Emilio.
What's happening?
Yo, brah. We're sitting there, man. We're just like thinking we're going to get back on the saddle and start riding. You know what I'm saying? Emilio, Chase in the house.
That's yet to be seen.
Yeah, well, you know, right? I got to get excited for it because I'm using my imagination right now. But what do you see? You know, Chase is happy to be here and all. What are you thinking? Some of these things that need to be fixed you talked about when Ellis was on the phone. Get back on that. Emilio, did we lose him? Michael. Big Show says Brunskill's still a bum. Emilio! Okay. Emilio?
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
Yeah. Come on in.
Yeah, there's yet to be seen. As much as I want to be happy about Chase, I don't know. I just got to wait to see.
Take a cautious approach.
One.
It's smart, actually. We could be disappointed. In fact, I'm setting myself to be mad as hell if things don't go like I planned.
I'm not going to be mad at it. It is what it is. It's just, we was all hyped up about the Super Bowl. It's not going to happen.
Almost won that. Damn it. Anyway, almost. We ain't playing horseshoes. That don't count.
Yeah, as much as I would want to win like the last night, but I just got to wait and see it. Because, everybody keeps saying Bosa's been double teamed. The last couple of games, he's not been double teamed. He's just been getting to the quarterback. So I don't know what's going on. So it's either Bosa's not doing his job or Wilkes is not calling the right play.
Quit on the coach.
I don't know. So,
I think he did. I think he got frustrated. His attitude in the media conferences, I think Bosa actually let up and quit a little bit on that on Wilkes.
Maybe, but I don't know. It's just it don't matter who the coach is. I mean, you've never seen that out of Bosa. We had that this whole time, but that shouldn't be the excuse. If you're a player and you're all-star, you're going to do it no matter what. If you go to Warner, it doesn't matter who the coach is. I'm going to still do me. So.
And Fred said that in media
I don't
conferences.
So, yeah, exactly. So, I don't know if Bosa's just using that excuse or he's not letting him do what he wants. So, I don't know. Just Bosa.
Hey, he can't have Nick going back in coverage. Now, that's got to stop right now. Hope Kyle made that clear to him.
Maybe.
doing?
I mean, that might be, like I said, that might be one of the problems. I'm not that. I was supposed to get the quarterback. This is my job. That might, like I said, it might be some issues, but, it just.
I got to tell you, though, I would put Chase Young in coverage. Chase Young is athletic. He was all over the 49ers when we played him that season. He's picking off passes, getting INTs, running the ball back. He was killing Chase Young is a maniac. So we'll see.
It is. It's just, you just got to look at it. I mean, you look at both has his own playing style, of course, but if you're going to be an all-star, no matter what, if you you got to be able to change even as a player. You got to, I got to do this to become a better player myself. It's not his forte. He doesn't do that, but.
Yeah, but that soft coverage is making Nick's life hard, too. And in fact, because they're better than that. I hope Kyle had a good talk with Steve Wilkes. Look, man, we can't have them there just standing 15 yards off. The quarterback can clearly see every receiver out there. Some of them are catching that ball in wide open spaces. That's got to stop. It's got to stop.
No, like I said, I'm with Bosa. I get it, but at the same time, if you want to be a Hall of Famer All Pro, also you got to be able to adjust too. So
True.
it also takes on Bosa to make adjustments. So I'm not taking anything from works. Like I said, we can't say, it'd be better if he's on the booth. I'm like, I don't think that's going to change too much. Him coming down to the floor, in the booth, that's not going to change too much. But it just sometimes you as a player, you got to learn how to adjust if you want to be a Hall of Famer. You have to learn how to do it. Even if you go to Purdy, he's got to learn to adjust. If he's making mistakes, he's got to learn to adjust too.
I think he will too.
So
but that secondary's got to make life a little easier for that front line. Give him a chance to get to that quarterback. If that quarterback's getting that ball out in less than 2 seconds, that means everybody's open. So.
No, it is. Like I said, it's not. It takes the whole team. Like I said, I know it's different with Wilkes and everybody makes sense. And I'm not defending Wilkes, but it's just at the same time we do have a different defensive coordinator. It's different. Yeah. We got to kind of go with his playing style, even if it's not what we're used to.
I know,
that's
right?
the problem, and
it's scary.
So these guys kind of have to adjust to what's going on and with the coaching. You can't just say, we're going to go with the same game playing style, and there's nothing happening. So it takes both. I mean, of course, they're used to one playing one way, and they're getting taught a different way, but at the same time, everybody has to adjust. It ain't just the players themselves. We can't do this. But then you question yourself: are these guys really also as if they can't really adjust to a certain game style? But, I mean, maybe the bye week did come at a good time, but we'll see what happens. Like I said, I'm not sold until with Chase Young until I see if there's any change, and if there's no change, the next opportunity is we got to get rid of Wilkes.
Yeah, let's see. And they may have been tired, Emilio. I never seen the 49ers play so slow. I think they may have been worn out. Randy Gregory said something about that.
I told you that the other day. I'm like, we've been in too far to January in the past 5 years. So I get it, them being tired. I understand that. But at the same time, if you guys want to win the Super Bowl, want to be winners, that's what it takes. Mm-hmm. Playing every following year. And I know it sucks because we've been so close, and yet we can't close it out.
I know.
So
every team
if you close it out already, you wouldn't have to worry about it too. You would have to worry about it if you're like, this year we can take a break and we'll come back at it next year. But you guys been so close so many times, they just like, they get tired. I get that too. I understand that very. That team can't stay good forever. You got to take a couple of breaks.
Well, not yet. In fact, go get that ring, and then next year if you play like...
With that still here. I get that's what I'm saying, but they want that ring. They need to keep playing in January. But if you want to take at least 1 year off, that ring is more valuable than anything. They got to get that ring.
In fact, they get the ring.
The Rams suck. If they got the Rams got their ring, and they've been taking 2 years off. They might be 3, but hey,
I got news, Emilio. They're going to take 3 years off. I mean, it's not going to
get... That's what I said. They're going for 3.
Yeah. Stafford is going to look worse. Stafford's going to have to leave this year probably.
You look at Seattle. They've been taking 10 years off. So, hey, it's worked out. But, hey, at least they got the ring. But
I love it. They don't bother me anymore about, you guys haven't had a ring. And whoa. Before you start, it's been 10 years since y'all made that stupid pass into the end zone and got picked off. So shut up. They don't talk to much anymore. I love it. Rudy, you next.
Getting embarrassed as the Seahawks got embarrassed this past weekend. They ain't got too much to say either.
We got to go.
And it comes with the Rams. I don't understand how you lose to Pittsburgh. I'm still trying to figure that one out. How do you lose to Pittsburgh?
And a thorough beatdown. We didn't have Matt Stafford. Well, you know what? That's if we had a quarterback missing or hurt,
I don't want to hear that.
I don't either. I didn't accept it.
I think for us maybe turn around. Maybe we need to do what the Raiders do. Get rid of our head coach, get rid of our DC coaches, and then maybe we can start winning again.
And general manager.
See what happens.
Let me see you Friday, fam. Always a pleasure.
Nah, you have a good night.
You too, Emilio. Night, fam. In fact, if you see Emilio in the chat, congratulate him. He and the wife are having a 10-year anniversary. Hey, Michael.
Hey, Ronbo, how's it going, buddy? I know I'm excited.
I am too. Why are you excited?
Excited to see the other defensive guy from Ohio State joining up with Bosa, teaming up. Tag team wrestling is almost like tag team. Quarterbacks better watch out now. It's all, yep. Now we got the Great Wall of China now. You know?
That's going to be a lot of hustle coming off the edges.
I think we got the best shark attack. I call it the shark attack.
Oh, God, yes. And you know, people are talking about Nick's gotten complacent. He's gotten affluent. He's not playing like Nick Bosa. Watch what happens this weekend.
Chase Young's going to get him. Oh, Chase Young's going to tap him. So let's go. Remember the Ohio State time? Let's do it like we did in Ohio State. Let's go after these quarterbacks. Let's sack him.
Bro, he's going to make it look good in front of Nick. So they're both
make him look good. He might make him like an all-pro now.
You know,
maybe like an all-pro. Maybe this will wake the Niners up against Jacksonville.
And we got to get Javon a kickstart too. Javon looked good the first couple of weeks, but he's been sliding too. There are times I forgot we had him on our team. Javon Kinlaw.
Hey, Texas boy, that game I was watching the Cowboys, that guy that was short for the Cowboys, that might be a Texas boy. He was short. He couldn't score. Remember that guy? Remember how they turned the ball over to the Eagles? That might be a Texas boy. He's short. Sorry, you can't score. Eagles ball. You lose.
We're talking about that game?
Remember the tight end? Yeah, remember that game? The tight end was short.
Oh, yeah. He dropped,
they gave the ball
his left knee dropped, and he hadn't crossed the goal.
There might be a Texas boy. He was too short. Might be a Texas boy. He's short. Sorry, boy. Go back home. You lost.
I knew
game
the
over.
would call that back.
Yeah,
the Cowboys are celebrating. CeeDee Lamb, same thing.
Yeah, celebrate.
Right on the goal line. He couldn't dive into the end zone. They pulled him down short.
How about that quarterback that went out of bounds, put his foot out of bounds, and
what do you mean that quarterback?
And lost the game.
That was Dak. You know what? I haven't watched the dailies today. I bet they're all over Dak.
Zach, that's about the feet. And Zach, you should have think with your brain. Should have went straight, not going out the bounds. Maybe.
Well, at least watch where you're going.
Maybe too many. Yeah, watch the line. At least Purdy knows where to go.
You know.
But I can't wait, man. 1:00 game against Jacksonville. I can't wait.
Yeah, and then we get to watch everybody
else. I can't wait. I wonder
day.
if that's going to be on television.
Which one?
No, I don't know if that's going to be televised in here. I don't know. I have to check.
Are you on 49ers Jacksonville? Are you?
Yeah, I don't know.
West Coast, East Coast?
East Coast. I'm East Coast.
You might.
I'm right in Connecticut, near New York.
You know what though? There's a lot of great teams in that area. I don't know which one do they usually give you.
Well, only good team I would say around that area it would have been the Jets, but the Giants are a failure. Buffalo's good. Patriots are a stink bomb.
You got the Eagles.
They stink. I mean, the Eagles are close by. That's it. Eagles and maybe the Jets.
But I mean,
the Jets can wake up. Giants are done. They're out. They're done.
Yeah, but the networks already made deals, so they're going to televise. They already made agreement as to what team they're going to play. So Jacksonville.
Yeah, that's all right. I watched the game on my phone.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I watched the game on the phone. East Coast boy with the 49ers. You don't see that many 49ers fans from the East Coast. You don't see that many.
Yeah, that's too far.
I mean, all I said know is the percentage.
The Southeast. You do.
I like to know the percentage of the U.S. or 49er fans. I like to know which more. I mean, I know it's out west is more, but east, I don't. My father was a 49er. My father's a 49er fan. My sister's a 49er fan. I'm a 49er fan. That's it. Three of us. My other sister, she's a.
I was going to say, as I remember, the Cowboys still have a chokehold on the fan base.
My brother-in-law's a Giants fan. I know my brother-in-law's a Giants fan, and I know my sister is Patriots fan.
Surprisingly enough,
I was a 49er fan since I was born.
You know what, though? Surprisingly enough, the Patriots, for all their glory, they don't dominate the fan base across America, though.
Well, I dated a girl. Her uncle played for the Patriots. I dated Jenny Bledsoe. No, her uncle was Drew Bledsoe. I dated Jenny Bledsoe. That was his niece.
What?
Way back. Yep, Jenny Bledsoe before Drew. Yeah, before Brady came into the Patriots system. Yep, he was drafted, and then
I know Bledsoe is.
So yep, Drew Bledsoe. He went to the Cowboys afterwards.
Did you ever? You guys ever talk about that?
Oh yeah, I put money on the table at his niece and said, "You watch, your uncle's gonna get knocked out." They were playing the Jets, got knocked out. That's when Tom Brady came in, and that was it. Game over, Super Bowl. He was winning. Yep. Imagine if Brady never got in. But no, with the 49ers, yeah. I mean, me, my father, and my sister have always been 49ers fans. I've been 49ers fans for 46 years, and I'm blessed to be one. I'm going to die a Niner.
There you go.
My dream is to take my ashes and spread them all over the 49er stadium. There you go. Throw it in the stadium. Bless them. Texas boys, forget it. We'll throw yours out in the ocean.
Or don't throw them anyway.
But no, I think we're going to do good this week. Yeah, and I think we're going to do good, Just pray that, now he's supposed to come on the field and watch our defense. I hope he does good. I hope he can see what he's doing. If not, oh, boy. But I think that will be okay. I mean, this is going to be just the week we were off for the bye. I think we're going to be fine. Because, those coaches are sitting out with those players, putting their heads in homework, saying, guys, we got to wake up, man. We can't be losing these games. We got to stick it up because, more losses we get. We got Seattle. We have to play twice. The Eagles, Baltimore,
Oh.
I mean, like I said, the hardest two games I see is Baltimore and Philadelphia. Everybody else should be have a cakewalk.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, I can't really say Seattle because you don't know what Seattle can bring.
No, I do.
You got to watch.
You know what? If we lose to Seattle, I'll be real
still
pissed
gotta
off. They're not that kind of good.
Oh, I'm pissed. Oh, I'm going to find a bird and say, oh, no, I'll be flipping.
Yeah.
But I think we'll beat them. The running game, we need to get Mason out there, and I think we need to get Mason. We got to. Poor kid. Mason and Bell. We got to get Bell. Come on. You got to get Bell out there. I want some Michigan blood.
Yeah. Well, you got to get Williams back. And Debo's back. I think they'll be fine.
Yeah, Williams. Was it Banks out too? Now is Banks out too with her?
Yeah, he's got turf toe.
Off of the turf toe. Maybe he'll be back this week. Maybe he'll be blessed.
No, he's definitely
That's a good
coming
question.
back. He's not coming back this week. Turf toe usually
Maybe another week?
No.
2 weeks?
Devontae
3?
Adams had turf toe one
That's
year.
not bad.
Yeah, it takes a while.
It depends on your heel and how you take care of it. Each player is different, how they take care of their, But whatever, get some, he's going to just rest up. And when we get him ready for the big games, there you go.
Well.
We got Jacksonville and Tampa Bay, too,
Wait, do we play Tampa Bay?
Should be. We played Tampa Bay this year, yeah.
Really? Are you sure?
Mm-hmm. That's what Tampa Bay, right, guys? We play Tampa Bay. I think we play Tampa Bay at our stadium. I think that's right after. We'll be home right after.
Maybe.
We play Tampa Bay this year because I saw the schedule.
Okay. I'm not sure, so I'll just.
Because we got to play. Yeah, no, we play. So I think we play one team from that division, the lousy South Division.
Maybe. I know we played 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. We didn't play Atlanta. We don't play Atlanta. We don't play the Saints. We don't play Carolina.
Wait a minute.
Next year we play Carolina, yeah.
Are you sure we don't play the Saints? I gotta look. Okay. Anyway.
No.
Michael.
No.
We ran out of time. I'll see you Friday, okay?
Friday with the score is perfect. I can't wait. Buddy, you have a good night. And have a good night, 49 Empires, and have a good Monday.
Night, Mike. Yeah. Play Tampa Bay. If we are, I'm delighted. Tony! Tony. Oh, Tony. Tony, I can hear you press the buttons. Something's wrong, though. Tony! Tony, can you make it, Tony? All right, let's give Tony a minute. Is it Tony? Wait. I hear clear. I almost hear a clear signal, Tony. Almost. One more time. You can do it, Tony. Tony.
Ronbo!
There it is. Tony, come on in, man.
What's happening?
We're sitting back here. We're going crazy over the fact that we picked up Chase and how much good is that going to do us. And you know what? Everybody's still a little worried about the fact that we're bringing Steve Wilkes down off the booth. And I got to tell you, Tony, one thing I do worry about is if Steve Wilkes was comfortable up in that booth, maybe he won't be comfortable back down on the field. I thought he was up there so he could see the field better and make better judgment calls and things like that. So it's a little frightening.
Do you think Mr. Wilkes needs to get more aggressive defensively?
Yeah. There's no doubt about that. Yeah, I do. Because we're too soft. We're playing way too soft.
He definitely have your defensive backs get more aggressive and stop playing off so far.
I know, right?
That has to change.
I think that's what's crippling the frontline defense. Quarterbacks don't have to wait. As soon as they get the ball, it's out of their hands. And in that case, now your defensive line is at a disadvantage. Hopefully, though, he figures that out.
So any other news today? It's been kind of quiet.
Yeah, I was just looking to see if I can find any transactions. I don't see anything going on other than a lot of speculation. So, yeah,
the only news I got is Daniel Jones is out for the year, but we kind of knew that.
Isn't that special?
Quarterback for the Giants.
You know, you get paid. I mean, I'm talking big quarterback money. You didn't play that well before you got hurt, and then Tyrod Taylor comes in and does a better job than you do. If I'm the owner, I mean, I'm a little disturbed, and I said, what do I need to do in this case? Taylor, I don't know if I can keep him. Didn't Tyrod get hurt already as well?
Yeah, but he should be able to come back. Was it concussion or was it something else?
Was that all it was? Tony, you know what though? What I want to talk about with you in particular, which is always fun, is the Dallas Cowboys. I've not seen the dailies yet because I was doing a lot of other things, and I forgot to go make sure to check out on the 49ers. I mean, not the 49ers, but the Dallas reports. I understand that over in, he's never going to get the maniac, what's his name, that throws his jerseys in the garbage every time the Cowboys lose.
You talking about Skip Bayless?
Yeah, Skip's going around saying things. I believe that the crowd influenced the refs. Skip, right. Your boy fell down a few inches short of the goal line. The crowd didn't have anything to do with that. That was his fault. And what about Dak stepping out of bounds before he crossed the goal line? That's not the crowd's fault.
Exactly. But they shouldn't even have been that close, Ronbo. Ronbo, it's something about Philly. I know they started getting the sacks late. It's something about Philly that don't compute with me. It's like they play with you. If they went up against a physical team like you guys, like Cleveland, like Baltimore, a physical team that's going to come out, okay, y'all want to play street fight? We're going to play street fight. Yep. And not be scared of them, and they get behind, I don't think they can catch up.
Hey, were they ever behind in that game? Or was it tied up at one point?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But they started getting they sacked Zach like 3 times late in the fourth quarter. They started sacking him.
You know what's so funny?
I was mad because Zach didn't throw any picks. Picks. I was like, man.
He took care of the ball a lot better. Hey, wait a minute. Didn't Bradbury make one? He didn't get a pick?
No, Zach didn't throw any picks. He might have dropped one. He might have dropped it. But
yeah. Bradbury made one play, and I was laughing because ain't that the dude that Debo called trash? So yeah, I'm waiting. But here's the thing, Dak's still going to get talked about because they had to come from behind, and you know how teams measure a good quarterback when they can put the team on his shoulders and lift them to victory. I'll tell
you what though, and I said this during last year's draft. I liked it when they drafted Jake Ferguson out of Wisconsin. He started the ball, and then they drafted that tight end from Michigan this year. That was the one who caught the ball on the 1 yard line that fell short. They drafted 2 good tight ends. That's why they let Dalton Schultz go in free agency, and now Dalton Schultz is becoming a star with the Houston Texans.
See. And
that was smart business, though, because now you don't have to pay him, and you got 2 tight ends in their first and second year.
See, that's how you do.
That was smart.
I agree.
Yep.
Tony.
But Dallas ain't going nowhere. They got some losses coming. They got, a 12 or 14-game home winning streak? I'm glad that's true because of these 6 losses that I predicted, 4 of them are at home. Seattle, Detroit, Washington, and Philly. You know you can't keep winning at home like that, 12 games in a row. It's going to change.
Oh, I can't even tell you. Hey, but is this Dak's last swan song? If the Cowboys go down to the dirt, and they got about 1 or 2 more losses to get before Jerry Jones gets
They're gonna get
really
more than 1
pissed
or
off.
2.
Well, I mean, the thing is,
They're gonna lose more than 1 or 2, Ronbo, with that
but
schedule. Watch.
before Jerry
Yep.
Jones comes out and makes public statements that are not really nice about his team, like Jerry tends to do.
Yeah. But also on the home front, Ronbo, there's kind of trouble in Atlanta. You know, everybody wants Arthur Smith's head, including I don't want his head, but I think it's time
You
for
want
a
him out.
change. Yeah, but now that, and I don't see what everybody else see. You know, we had we traded for Jonnu Smith, who was the tight end at Tennessee.
Okay.
With Arthur Smith's offense, Jonnu Smith is having a better year than Kyle Pitts. And I'm hearing fans that say Kyle Pitts doesn't run his routes right. I'm hearing fans today saying that Kyle Pitts is lazy.
Oh, you know,
I don't see it. That's what they're saying.
but you know what? The Pitts was supposed to. You lost your wide receiver to an injury. What's his name?
Drake London.
Yeah, Pitts was supposed to step in and take that role and run with it. How did Kyle look this past? I hate to hear that because that was my draft crush that year. Pitts is starting to look a little questionable.
Well, Jonnu Smith had 5 receptions for 100 yards yesterday. He had a 53-yard screen pass for a touchdown where he caught the screen and just took off. This is the other tight end, Jonnu Smith.
Pitts maybe would he be traded this year? Maybe.
I don't know because people are saying, well, he was the 4th overall pick, the highest pick tight end, and Jonnu Smith was doing better than him. But my thing is, I said this last year, even Matt Ryan's last year when Pitts had his Pro Bowl season. When they're down on the goal line, it's on the film, Ronbo. When Kyle Pitts was at Florida, anytime they were in the red zone, you ever heard of a pivot route?
Straight
where
money.
the receiver goes downfield,
Yeah.
turns one way, stops, and turns the other way, and the ball is there?
Yep.
Kyle Pitts runs a great pivot route. I've never seen him do it in the NFL. That's because they didn't put it in the game plan. I don't know why. If I could see it on the film, why Arthur Smith and the offensive coordinator can't see what he did in college on film.
But the quarterback's got to have the quarterback's accuracy has to be pinpoint too, though, because Kyle's not going to see that ball until he comes out of that pivot, right? So that quarterback throws any ball, anywhere where it's supposed to be, it's not going to work. So that's
I've
pretty
never
interesting.
seen him run it since he's been in the pros. And I'm upset. I told you about this. Tyler Algier, one of 2 rookies to get 1,000 yards last year, 9 carries last week. I think 13 carries the week before. That's unacceptable to me.
I don't understand why coaches think if your running game is working,
Pass.
it's only going to make life easier for your quarterback. I don't understand.
Yeah. You got to mix up your runs and your passes. You know that.
Oh, hell yeah. I mean, that's how it works.
Oh, and Kyler Murray is probably going to start this week.
I know.
And guess who they play?
Not the Rams.
No, they play the Atlanta Falcons. We come to town.
Oh, you guys get to get beat up on Kyler's little body? You know.
We're in an angry mood, too.
Yeah. Kyler better not start running. You know what the funny thing is? He probably isn't able to really run like Kyler Murray likes to run. I mean, granted, they're probably going to put him out there because he's feeling healthy, but I can't imagine him out there sprinting around like he likes to do. We'll see. You have fun with that.
Somebody mentioned yesterday with the Joshua Dobbs situation,
Yeah.
before he started scrambling to go crazy. Yeah. Calais Campbell did sack him for a safety yesterday and did the Dirty Bird dance again.
You know, Dobbs he amazes me. We'll
He's
see what
developed,
he looks like.
Ronbo, just like you said. He's developed. It took him a few years, but he's developed.
Yeah, that's right. And some people got to be patient. They start condemning quarterbacks after the first year. People are already on Brock Purdy. Hilarious. He's been straight up gold for how long? Has a couple of bad games. Well, not all. The Cleveland game wasn't really a bad game, but the second and third game, questionable. Oh, God, it's get him out of here. What is wrong with you?
Everybody has the same.
What is wrong with you? You're not going to get it.
Yep.
Tony, why do people expect there's no such thing as a quarterback that never makes a mistake. I often wonder when people are doing that, do you realize you can bring another guy in that might be worse?
That's true.
Never think about that. You know?
Got to be careful what you wish for.
Oh, hey, Tony, speaking of quarterbacks, now I thought Aaron was out for the year. He may be back. That conversation he had with Derwin James, Aaron Rodgers, I thought
really?
Achilles takes a year to heal. He may be back in a few weeks.
What is it saying?
This is Aaron Hintz had returned in post-game conversation with Derwin James. I said, what? Why? He healed up that quick? Nah. I heard him say something like that. Aaron was on the field a couple of weeks ago.
39 years old, I'm not buying it either. Because of the age, too, I'm not buying it either.
That's right.
Just because he's walking, you can't run and pivot off that ankle, you know?
And you better not explode off that foot. Whew.
Yep.
It'll roll up like
and
a
Ronbo,
curtain.
to answer your question from last night's show, Joshua Dobbs was the Steelers' 4th-round draft pick in 2017.
Wow.
4th round. Just like that.
Well, yeah, I see the announcement. I see the announcement now. Kyler Murray, Coach Gannon said he will start against you if it all goes well in practice this week.
That's all right.
Everybody's gonna be watching your game. Everybody's gonna be watching your game.
Yeah, we have to get some balance around, but we just have to. I don't know if Drake London's gonna be out again. I would rest him again. Van Jefferson only had 1 catch for 12 yards. Got to get him more involved in the offense. Why would we trade for him if we're not going to get him involved?
I know, right? Wasting time, his and the team. I don't know, Tony.
Yeah. And our tackling was horrible in that 4th quarter. That's why we lost that game.
Tell you, man.
I heard you talking about your team tackling better. We got to tackle better.
We got 30 misses in 3 weeks' time. That just won't do. What's wrong with them tackling?
Yeah, it's got to get better. It's got to get better
quickly.
I see Keenan Allen went over 10,000 yards tonight and gave the game ball to his mom.
He did that one-handed catch that's got everybody still screaming.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Fastest Charger to 10,000 yards with that one-handed grab too. Man, Tony, we gotta go though. Hey, Tony, I'm gonna see you Friday, and hope you got some time. Be looking for you.
And that AFC North round bowl, all 4 of those teams are looking good right now. Cleveland, Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, and Baltimore. But Ronbo, you know they haven't played each other. Later in the year, they're going to start beating up on each other and weeding themselves out.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
stay tuned for
honestly, Baltimore wants nothing to do with Cleveland. Even, I'm telling you right now, that Cleveland defense is frightening. Whew. So that's going to be the game to watch. Cincinnati, too, they've picked it up. They have.
Yeah.
And they're tough
One of the best
offensively as
secondaries in
well.
football.
They're going to win that division. I got a feeling. We'll see about Lamar, though. He's gotten really good this year. He's throwing the ball a lot, and he's throwing it for accuracy and timing at times.
And he's running left.
And
he's running left.
And when he does, forget it. You ain't catching him. Boy, runs better than any running back in the NFL. My God.
Yep. And Rudy, your Rams are still ass. Y'all need to move to your own stadium and stop paying the Chargers rent. You're not going nowhere. You only scored 3 points. I hope you hear everything I'm saying, Rudy, because you're not going anywhere. I wish we played y'all again. You can bury y'all in the dirt like the Niners are going to do.
And by the way, Rams are number 6 on the draft order currently on the draft order at this hour.
Oh, they're going to move up. They're going to move
Top
up.
tier. Woo!
Yes, sir.
All right, Tony. Have a great night. Looking forward to hearing from you Friday.
They're not saying F them picks no more. Now they want the picks. Which is it? F the picks or do you want the picks?
I hope they do F the picks. Damn fools. All right.
I'll see you Friday, sir.
Looking forward to it. Night, Tony.
Take care.
F them picks. All right, F them picks. Tell you what, you guys want to get rid of that 6th round pick, we'll take it. Let's see, what will we give you for that 6th round pick? Oh, man. What would I be willing to give away for that 6th round pick? Nah. I'm keeping my assets and I'm going to find my own stuff. And really, you will wallow in mediocrity for at least another 2 to 3 seasons. You see, because after Stafford leaves, you're going to have to find a quarterback, which is also like trying to find a needle in the haystack. If you, and really said, well, Norm Snead and the Rams organization, we're pretty much known for our ability to go out and find a quarterback to win Super Bowls. He put an S on it. He got 2 Super Bowls. Whew. Comical. Hey, Big Show, we have no room to talk. We're number 23 in the draft order. So that's a long way from number 6. And if you're in the 20s, that's not good, but it ain't bad. I want to be number 32, but So within the next couple of weeks, you're going to say nothing but nice things about the 49ers. I'm telling you right now. Brace yourself. Hey, so we got a running deal going on, too. Didn't we talk about the Jaguars game coming up this weekend? I think we did. I'll see you Friday, fam. Please, don't forget to subscribe. Hit like. Please. And thanks for the contributions, fam. See you Friday, Niners! Whew.